I'm not sure about this blackberry bush.
Be alive!
All the leaves are a little bit browny, and it's winter. I can't get the best. I'll wash it all off. It should be all right.
Hey, everyone. Should be.
Hello, everybody.
So,
Hey, Scott.
hey, Chris. Hey, Scott. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Chaz.
Hello, everybody. Sorry.
I'll send you the link, Chaz, if you want. Hey, Vivian. So, yeah, practice time of year, it's... If you can find good stuff, it's then really good because it'll actually sometimes last like 2 weeks in water.
Yeah.
Whereas spring and summer, it's like you put in water and it's dead within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Hey there, no worries.
I'll give it a wash off with my spray bottle, and then because there's always those little black bits on the back. Give it a rinse off and stuff, and then it should be all right. There's a few animals had a few nibbles on them. I can see like holes in there.
Yeah, no, don't worry about too much about that. Then you've got some guys, haven't you?
The Beard Collective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mark and Victoria. Yeah, with some guys this time of year, I start giving them ivy instead sometimes.
All right, okay. I've got a hawthorn bush down next to the cat's.
It's a bit easier to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a big hawthorn bush, and that's never had anything round near it because obviously it's on a horse stable, so it's like they haven't put anything on the fields or anything around there.
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Greg. The Beard Collective. Oh, Chaz, you let it all down. You need to grow a beard before you can come on stream.
Where's your beard, Chaz? Where's your beard?
Go and get a Sharpie
Honestly.
marker, mate.
Chaz, ask Scott where he buys his. You may buy some as well then.
I have a
Yeah.
I have a little one.
How's your Homorai?
It's good.
Good.
It is out.
Good.
Just exploring everything. It's taken ages, but I finally got around to making the labels for all the enclosures.
Nice. It's always satisfying when you manage to get
Scott
something
says he
right.
goes to the fire as Chris goes. So if we ask Chris, we might be
Oh, I didn't know it had that on. I only just realised my label maker had its protective thing still on, and I just.
You're breaking up a bit, Phil. I just checked with the YouTube. It's not just me.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
It might be my laptop.
Sorry, just thought I'll let you know.
Hey, LJ, hey, dude. Long time no see.
So who's going to seize?
Me.
Are you? Oh, are you not? Are you? Oh, you're not. Are you, Chris?
I am going. I'm definitely going. I'm working.
A local show.
Again.
I can't not go.
Yeah.
I have joined the stand where I'm being every sauna.
You're fun, Phil.
Steve?
This dude.
That's right.
This
Chris
person
got a little
doesn't know.
bit yesterday. Hey, Steve.
Have they released sort of any information about the venue
Yeah,
for like the capital one?
They usually release it at the next year, at the start of the year after season.
It'd be interesting to know where that one in London's going to be because I can't see it being anywhere sort of in the main city.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, it'll be on like
Somewhere
Whatever
like
happens, I'll probably
Edgeware
train.
yeah.
Oh, Phil, you're
Hi,
terribly
Steve.
breaking up.
I thought
What
if it wasn't that expensive, I can see it being at XL in one of those halls.
Maybe it's just a very, very big venue for them to have any of the area, really.
But all the hall because I went there. When was it?
Oh, it's in Ruislip. Okay. Ruislip, hey?
Oh, where is that from me? Probably an hour. Probably like the other side of London.
Sorry.
For me.
No, Ruislip's northwest, so it's near Harrow, sort of way.
So that is yeah. So yeah, basically the furthest bit from London.
And also,
That'll be all right round there. That'll be okay. It's only a drive around in 25, but there's a load of exhibition centres around that way.
Yeah, that's why I thought XL.
XL's east, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
XL's right near me. That's Rainham way.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The London show.
No, I've got that, but about the areas, I have no idea.
Ruislip's like northwest London. It's just south of Watford.
Well, whatever happens, I probably will train that show. Because parking in London, there's no chance.
I'm trying to think. Shall I because I've just done my the Brachypelma. Shall I add another label saying it's scientific name as well.
Look at that, Phil double streaming.
I know. I think it's this laptop thing starting.
Oh, excuse me.
You just hear your trust now.
Who's got an echo? Is that me or... Why have I got an echo?
Oh, we have two Phils.
But which one's the which one's got the real beard and which one has the fake beard?
Well, whatever happens, this Phil has better quality.
Hopefully, all will be all right now.
Much better.
Oh, what?
We can hear you now.
You could have had a conversation with yourself, Phil, on two screens.
I know. Needs to be two of me everywhere. What's going on?
Scott.
Oh, right. I'm glad you're here, Wolfie, actually.
Cancelled.
Hey, Kale.
Hey, Kale.
Hey, Wolfie.
Yeah, so you're... Hey, Brandon. Sorry, I probably missed a load of people. Hey, Brian. After some technical difficulties,
I may or may have not got a Dream
Hey,
Mantis, but I feel like it's going to be really hard to keep. But I'm up for the challenge.
How you doing? Cheers, all day. Have you have a good evening?
Yeah, one of my
Hey, Sandra, long time. How you doing?
I'm sorry. This label was not put on well. It wasn't put on well But it wasn't straight. Well, it wasn't visible.
That happens. We all do that.
Smell?
Right.
I smell.
Yeah, you do.
So what? I smell of apple pie because of my beard.
Nice. It's always nice to have a nice smell, isn't it?
So you got anything
The only
more
problem with
free
having a beard that smells of apple pie, it makes you hungry for apple pie all the time.
Is it fruity then?
It's not fruity at the moment, no, it's apple pie. It's apple and cinnamon, but it just smells like apple pie.
I
So
don't
maybe
know.
like, yeah, a Christmassy
I
sort of oil,
I don't-
because they don't do the fruity one anymore, at the moment, or at least at the moment, at the minute.
I don't.
It does bug me though.
don't-
They when they sort of say, "Oh yeah, just put 1 or 2 drops on your hand and massage that in," it's like 1 or 2 drops ain't doing anything to my face.
But that's it. That's it. I normally do like 5 or 6 kind
Yeah.
of thing, at least kind of thing. Mine's has a little spray, so I like have to spray and like put a load. Same with like the balm as well. Like if I put beard balm on,
Yeah.
it's like it's always like I'll just have like a pea-sized bit, and it's like that doesn't really do much.
No, you might get your tash done. That's about it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Matt just wants one of the. Matt wants one of the really long but curly ones.
What the long curly tashes.
Oh.
The
Dude,
You got to do it every now and then. You got to do a bit of a twist every now and then.
I used to. I found the best thing for that is to get some hairspray, just spray it on your finger, and then do that with your fingers. And then that way.
how did we get on that?
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Leah, do you style your tash as well?
Yeah, every day.
How you doing, Leah?
And that's
Hey, Jerry.
and that's faker than
Hello,
Scott's
Phil.
one.
I'll tell you, the beard does smell of apple pie. I cuddled him yesterday and I got really friggin' hungry. It was like cuddling Mr. Kipling.
All of a sudden, Terry wanted apple
Hello,
pie.
people. Hello, Chris. How was your drive yesterday?
Exhausting.
Was there? You know
Yeah.
your car would be a lot slower if you didn't have all those stickers all over it. It'd go much faster. Weighs it down.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah, I was thinking it adds a couple of grams to it. It was like bloody hell.
Adds a couple of grams. It counts.
Yeah.
Thank God, finally, it didn't just.
Have you recovered from the drive, though, Terry?
Yes, I got up at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Bloody
Leo,
hell.
Yeah. What are you doing, Chaz?
labels.
Oh, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm labeling all my animal. I'm labeling more. Of
No,
my,
they're like nosing it. They want to know what's going on.
I still need to do my boxer mantis and my
Why did Chris leave?
He doesn't like
He's only be back in a minute.
No, I'm starting to think that every time I come on a stream, he leaves.
It's because you've got a better beard than he has. He has
Yes,
a fake
jealous.
beard.
I think one of you has.
Oh, tell Matt what I did to him yesterday. I told
Yeah.
Princess Sophie Pink he had a fake beard.
Yeah, Terry told Holly from Princess Sophie Pink channel that he has a fake beard like Scott, and that it's stuck on with that putty stuff.
Yeah.
And we were telling her that, and we said you have to give it a really good hard pull to check. So she walks over and grabs him by the beard.
All I heard was bastards.
There was a bit of a pick on Chris Day yesterday going on, really, wasn't there? A little
It
bit.
was. There was.
And a pick on Phil to see who could sell the most emerald roaches, which coincidentally I think I won.
There you go, Chaz. For you.
Definitely Sandra.
That's what Phil needs.
That's the proper tash. That's when I used to have it proper long.
Nice, man.
Weren't so grey there either. What are you doing? I don't want to be Santa.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that looks awful. Don't put it on right or don't put it on.
Victoria got mischievous and started a water fight in the show.
Yes,
That was hilarious.
that was funny.
Wait, what?
Victoria
much
She
started
fire?
the water
brought
fight.
a spray bottle, filled up with water purely so that she could spray Chris, and then found it so much fun that she wanted to spray everyone.
Yes, I noticed.
I would have just took the spray bottle off her and just sprayed her back.
Oh,
I mean, Chris did multiple times. Well, it didn't stop
oh,
the war.
I forgot to get cotton pads.
Here's a question for you: biscuit beetles.
Beetles,
That-
they are
That's a great
biscuit.
question.
Very tasty.
That's the is it Stegobium panaceum or something? Is it biscuit beetle, bread beetles? They're like darkling beetles, but they fly and they're tiny. Someone's found them in one of their jumping spider enclosures. And are they dangerous?
Biscuit.
Biscuit beetles. Yeah,
I'm very nervous for Friday.
I've never heard of them before.
Just saying, if I had but heard of them under a different name.
I have a lot of nerves for Friday.
Can you just go and get me over there? There's a load of cups, and inside one of the cups, there's a pack of cotton pads. I need to clean up these mantises.
It's Stegobium genus.
Matt, that's a question for you.
the
Then. I
house-
feel like you'd be the best person, but I'm not sure if it was you or Phil.
I think basically it's a bit of a pest of bread, biscuits, and drugstores.
Yeah,
Apparently it's known as the drugstore people as well.
Food. I can't see them being a hassle if the jumping spider's eating them.
Oh no, the spider's eating that shit. Shouldn't be any reason for it. You probably just don't want them in your house, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody
Yeah.
need Chaz. He hasn't got a good laugh. You need a demonic laugh. You need to be stroking a cat whilst you do it.
Oh shit!
Right, I really need to get these done.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm not.
Vim's asked if anyone has any tips of breeding the true album.
Where are you?
Where I keep all my down the bottom.
I've never read any tarantula, so I wouldn't know.
I've never bred that species. I don't want the cups. There should be a bag of.
But if anyone in
That's
chat
It's one of the
has
most.
bred,
It's one of the most common. I wouldn't think there's much issues with doing them that you have to worry about too much.
Right, I got
because they're very easily bred, don't they?
well, yeah, I would have thought so.
I'd just make sure the female's nice and fed. Standard.
My nerves are rushing.
Gosh, dog.
Why? What's wrong with you, Charles?
I've got my school talent show on Friday, and I'm very nervous.
Oh, have we got a water sprayer?
What are you doing?
Singing Defying Gravity from Wicked.
Oh, nice.
It's funny because I've done it in like the rehearsals and everything, and everyone keeps on saying that how much of a West Endy voice I have.
I can find the bottles here. It's still what you've done with all the lids.
What, the sprayers?
Yep.
Should be on the desk there.
I can't see your desk anymore.
Yeah, because everyone keeps getting my stuff out. We've half put Christmas decorations up in the living room. We gave up. Yeah, these are even bigger than that.
You could do that, Vivian, or you could just search up the person's name on the
They're
search.
the magnets. You know, pea that we used to take with us, the little green one, sit on my nose. It's those.
How did you get on to the show yesterday, Leah?
Not great. Well,
better
we
than
did
the
all
Golden-
right.
Was it better than the fair?
Yes, but minusculely.
Just
Well, if you work it out, I actually I made less money because obviously I had to pay for fuel, but
Just don't try and talk to entomologists about cockroaches because they put weird faces like you've got 3 heads.
Yeah, I get that look with some of my friends on TikTok when I'm live. When I have someone in thing with me, they're like, are you're weird. I get a lot of them faces.
Yeah.
I did do well in the end. I sold a lot of livestock at the last hour. Hour and a half. We did all right.
It's a
Terry
funny
sold
show,
all his
that one, though, isn't it?
livestock.
'Cause
He
it's a
did
huge
alright.
mix.
I sold all of mine. I sold all the fills as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Sarah's all of me.
Well,
Emerald
it was a
roaches.
team. It was a team effort, Phil. When it was a team effort, we got there.
I was just a case of letting numbers build back up for the seas, as they should do.
Hopefully.
Hey, Dana, how you doing?
We don't think we're not going to be doing C's. We can't get us
Can't get a
tables. So
table. Can't get one at all.
he's told us
It's
no.
one of the more
Unless
difficult
somebody
ones
drops
to get tables because it's there is sometimes a fair waiting list.
Yeah.
But then because there's a waiting list, it's
Did I
obviously
see that?
worth doing.
Did I see there's one at the moment, Phil? There's like a massive one. Shit. Because I can't remember who it was I was speaking to. But then someone was saying about there was a massive waiting list for C's.
Well, at one point there was like a 4.5 year waiting list.
Oh wow.
Wow.
At one point, I remember someone asking about a table. And they're like, "Yeah, we've got like a 4.5 year waiting list."
That show the venue is always chocker, isn't it?
Yeah,
Last
they're thought about different things over the years, and I can understand why they haven't done any of them because they've spoken to me about it. Like they've thought about moving venues, but then they're like, would that lose the vibe of the show, and would that actually be good for the show?
Yeah.
You can move venues, and then no one turns up to it. Whereas that venue, it's a fairly nice venue, and it's right off the motorway, and
Yeah.
it's easy access. And obviously,
Safety's
well,
nice and
originally
close.
it was nice and close for European traders. Obviously, no European traders now, but
Yeah.
like people, Arthur Page from Paris could get
It's
there
the
quicker than
closest
I
one
could.
to me.
But you've got the obviously with the hotel, you've got the Sainsbury's, you've got the leisure park over the other side of the road.
That's
You
it.
know,
People make it into a
know.
weekend thing.
That's
Yeah.
when I met. That's when I met you, Phil, for the first time.
It is. I mean, they had. It was last year, it was either last year or COVID and all that. They had someone come over from Israel
Here's what
to attend the show.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
They were sort of
It's,
like, who's the furthest who travelled the furthest to get to the show? People that said the other, and then they're like, no, this guy who's come all the way from Israel just to attend the show and base his whole weekend around the show.
Is Victoria going this time?
Probably not. So she may have something else on. She may be away. Sort of. And also that one. It gets so busy. I think she may struggle to get round the show.
Yeah. I see that though. It gets ridiculous.
As far as shows go, from all the shows that were attended this year, like that I went to, I didn't go to Coventry. I think it's the only actual invert show I didn't go to. I think Taunton was the one that had the most space between the stalls that you could have access through.
There's
I think
so many.
probably BTS.
Did we do BTS this year? We didn't, did we? No, we went to BTS.
All the others, I think, were very, very tight, weren't they? Between stalls, you know.
Oh, you should have seen that crap there.
Obviously, I didn't do Taunton, but I know.
There are so many I want to do. But
I think most of the traders only booked Taunton like a week or two before the show actually happened because no one was booking in as traders.
It was still like busy. I mean, there was like you had obviously all the main ones and Spa and Transfer, Planet and all that. There was a lot of them there. It's just the hall was quite big, and there was probably 3 times the access space between the aisles that there was at, say, Brighton.
Yeah.
it was nice because you could walk through, and because the stall, so everyone seemed to have more tables as well. So there wasn't that 3 or 4 people deep at the spider shop all day. You could actually get and have a look around. It was nice down there.
Yeah, I mean, it may be different next year because obviously now Invert shows UK have taken it on fully and are redoing it. It may get more traders there.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon if the Invert shows people will end up doing one down like southeast area?
Unlikely because you got the Southeast Arachnid show
and Brighton.
Yeah. It's because
you've got then obviously then there'll be like 2 in the London area.
It's very annoying though because Seas is the closest one to me.
So yeah, it's unlikely. They tend to go in areas where there's not some, they try and pull their shows up around the country, so it's not all in the same place all the time.
I get that though.
There's not much. Well, there's not one, is there, in the northeast, sort of like Newcastle side?
Mavis.
So you've got Coventry, which is central. You've got Bedford, and then
got Barnsley show.
Oh yeah, Barnsley, I suppose. Yeah.
That'd be sort of the nearest one.
England's so thin at that point. It's like
it's
much of a thing, isn't it?
Leo, look at this. Look at this boy.
Yeah, I didn't go.
And then obviously further north you got the Scottish.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Yeah, me and Leah did talk about doing that one, and I worked it out with like travelling costs, and that was like we'd have to sell like 500 quid's worth of stock just to make it worthwhile.
I'm surprised because that's not a huge amount, really.
I mean, if there was, it's very annoying though because I would go to like Coventry and whatnot, but they're so far.
We don't make that kind of money at the shows. We don't even make half that. So.
But it's only your first year trading.
More than we did.
Sorry.
It's only your first year trading, though.
See that, Sally?
True.
It'll go up and up and up.
I think I'm going to start breeding emerald roaches and selling them at £24.50. Just so I can £24.98. Just to undercut him by that 2p.
The way I'll see you later, Sandra. Nice to see you again.
Sandra. Don't forget to mute the TV.
The way it's going with like the emeralds, I won't be supposed to have like if by this time next year they've gone, that I've had to take my prices down again, kind of thing, because that's the way it is. It's supply and demand.
Yes.
Yeah, it's also
and more people are getting into them, which is absolutely awesome. That's what essentially that's what I want. That the price will come down and become more and more affordable for everyone.
I can't believe how much I got those isopods for yesterday.
Where's the other fantasies? There should be 7. I need more cups.
I'll sort you out with some once they've grown up again. Grown up. I've got loads of small nymphs, so I need to grow them up. So I can get a load more small nymphs. I'll sort you out if you want some.
I'll give you some if I can. I don't mind. No, there's another one.
It's funny because
No, there's only 2 of these.
Because of traveling, I only do like 2 shows a year.
Kids.
And...
Oh, nice mantis.
Is that Unan?
I've got 2 males, 2 females.
Bugcup's got these in now, but she's not selling them yet.
Back node at Ilkuka.
Yeah,
They're nice.
the candy flower beetle, yeah.
It's just another sun beetle.
The one thing that's really cool about these, though, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.
What?
They look like they've got a piercing that goes right the way through their body. It's like a silver piece either side. It's crazy.
They were definitely over there. They were there this morning.
They're a great one. Fairly easy to breed. They're fairly new to the UK beetle hobby.
Right, okay.
They're in white cups.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
Mr.
debating.
Miss from the first thought. Oh yeah.
I'm debating whether, because obviously I've been in the hobby for like God knows how many years now. Because I was in the hobby without even realizing it. Because obviously, like back like God knows, like 10 years ago ish. That's what pretty much. I remember going outside and just catching these bugs and just throwing them in boxes. Because I was so
Yeah.
into them. But obviously, recent like a couple of years ago it was when I got my first stick insect.
It's the females that are missing.
But
You've got the-
obviously, where I've been into the hobby so long now, I'm starting to think: am I ready to go a step further
Oh.
and start breeding?
Where's he gone?
Biggest question
on
you
the
have to
plan
ask
from
yourself
the
if you're looking at
little
breeding,
close at the
in my
bottom.
mind, is what are you going to do if you have a successful breeding?
Passing the
for
plan.
That's the thing.
Babies.
That's the thing, because obviously, where I'm not set up yet for it, I'm
Yeah, that's
thinking,
them, isn't it? You
part of me
climbed
is
up.
thinking, hold off, but
Unless
part
you
of me
just fell.
try it, if you know what I mean.
You're talking
just-
about mantis. You're looking at mantises, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously,
Well,
where I'm,
If you can find someone who will take most of the babies from you, if you're looking at selling them, then that's your main thing. But
I know where
otherwise, you're going to end up keeping them. Or
I
you're
know
gonna,
where.
you know.
I know where I'm definitely not taking them.
So that's why it's like for me, I didn't mind taking the Sungaea stick insects.
I need to get us back in a cup.
Once they start
Can you get me a cup?
themselves,
I'm
they
debating
can the bug up.
because I've got a reptile shop that's like half hour away from me that says, because I said about leaf insects, and
Enough.
whatnot,
Just
about
to
the eggs, and
They're
then
flying
obviously
away on me.
if I get overrun by them, they
where's
said
the dead dog
I
box?
will take any if you.
it's
go
not
with
in the dead top box because that's all.
So that would be the one thing for me. If I was going to breed like any of my spiders, it's like I know full well I'm quite lucky because I would just take
Yeah.
to friends and then to the shows and then also to Bug Hut. But I would be what would I going to do if I have like say, imagine an LP and it has like 1,500 babies? What am I going to do with them all?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
want
thing.
to be stuck with
I
1,500
need to
babies.
be obviously I want to be prepared for that species, the particular species I want to, and then think, oh, these can produce at least this amount, so I need to obviously this plus like spares, so in case there's more or I lose a few.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just rehousing all these mantises.
I'm not going to plan the rooms for this.
Yeah, Russell says some guys who gave him a Taunton are huge now.
Oh really? I don't have any anymore. The
I've got a few left myself.
a lot of it was to do with the heat, but then a lot of it as well was because the cockroach colony where I was keeping them in literally overtook the entire enclosure and started eating the food before the Sungaeas could get to her.
I've just got a roach just casually just chilling on my hand.
That's the way.
It's funny because sometimes it acts like it's just going to walk and then it just falls off my hand back into its enclosure and it ends up doing a roly poly and back in. And they're like, "Are you okay there?"
I had a hisser this afternoon. I didn't even realise, but I turned my TV on and I was wondering what the splodge was in the middle of my TV. And when
It's just that you're
it
going
was
to
a
be the
hisser
new.
walking across the front of the telly.
Okay,
Matt, have you ever heard the story about what happened to my me with the hiss?
that is pretty.
So I used to work doing like
Leah just
home
casually
to
just
school
ignores.
escorting, right?
Right.
Leah, you just ignoring the stick and set. Just
That's
I'm
lovely.
not ignoring the stick attack.
Right. Show through them. It's that's
Oh, that's grown.
I know.
Nice.
What's that one?
He's growing huge.
Bill?
Calcarata.
You're a cancer.
You're a can for Calcarata.
Yeah.
I don't know scientific names, Phil.
It's the cigar stick insect.
You what?
No, I was talking about the one you had, Leah.
They call it the cigar stick insect.
Leah,
Or
I meant the one.
what was the
cigar-
other one? Chinese devil stick insect, is it?
That's
Giant spiny.
Is that what Leah had?
Whatever.
It's
There's
one of
a
those
million
ones that's got like
names.
20
There's a
it's got
million
like
names.
20 common names, yeah.
Yeah.
How many do they have in here?
I bought some new organza. It's green, so it matches my bibs.
Is it oregano, like how I pronounced it on my life with the plant stuff?
The difference.
Yeah, where's the
Males.
No, the other species.
Whoops.
The question is, do I risk my hand being abused? Or
No,
do
the question is this really a question that needs to be had? That's the question, Chad.
No, it's because I'm talking about mantis.
Well,
Do I get one that would just abuse the heck out of me, or do I get the
I-
one that?
I am not here. I am a stick. You
What
cannot
is-
see me.
Isn't what was that, Leah?
It's a bird poo.
What one was it, Leah?
This is a jungle nymph. Oh, he just
Oh.
fell. I can hold him like this and everything because they just look. I'm dead. I am not here. I am a
Yeah.
leaf on the ground.
Really.
Here's another one. There you go. There's 2
I like
leaves
how
on the
you-
ground.
I like how you're just casually just picking up like just a normal stick.
It's when they do that for days on end, and then you go, "Oh crap, they have actually died,"
Uh-oh.
and go, and then just, like,
Oh,
and
we've
then they
got a
start
fat
moving.
display.
We've got an attitude.
From what?
See the way his legs are at like that? Watch. Oh, hang on. Let me put these two down.
I just fall to death.
It's okay. They're not dropping far. They're literally dropping like this far.
Very
The
threatening.
desk is there. They're fine. They're not getting hurt. Don't worry. Here, take these two because I can't show them the threat display. There you go.
Take the
Okay.
dead ones.
See? Ah, he got me. Ah, he got me again. So, ready? See how they do that?
Yeah.
And when they do that, there's spikes. I don't know if you can see them on the
Yeah,
camera.
they've got like little barbs,
What?
haven't they?
No,
What,
it's
they-
not-
Yeah. But when they're like fully grown, the Urocantha are worse. But when they are fully grown, the spikes are quite large,
It's like
and
a
they
rose
jam
bush,
them
isn't it?
straight in. It hurts like hell.
Oh yeah, no, I've had adult female jungle nymph draw blood from my head once.
Yeah, I was looking at them. They had them at BTS, didn't they? And the guy who had them there, he says it's
Still
like
threat display.
the pressure they can put through their
like-
legs,
It's like
and then they've got it's almost like a rose
flick
thorn,
off.
isn't it?
Yeah, they're about the same size as like rose or big bramble thorn,
Yeah,
but they have some, the females have some pressure. The males have smaller spines, but they will sometimes do the same thing.
but it's just the fact they won't open them again, will they? Just like if they clamp them shut, it's like right, that's just clamped shut now.
Oh, it
Some of them
Yeah,
are alright, though, aren't they? Some of them you can sort of
Yeah.
interact with.
It
Others
just
are
depends.
arseholes.
I
yeah,
don't
but
know if it's a bit smaller because if I put this on, it's
I mean, it's a
still
bit
like,
like I was me and Victoria holding the giant hooded Katie did that John Loach brings around.
oh yeah.
And so he was saying how, like, he's been bitten a couple of times by them, and it's like drawn blood because he's like, he said he's like picked up wrong or whatever. But he's seen footage of someone holding a dragon head. Katie did, so the Lucina, and where it's bitten straight through their finger and bitten their finger in two.
Let's just say like try not to vomit.
Oh wow.
I was
Imagine if
like,
you got on a
that's
terry.
pretty hardcore for essentially
That
a
is
grass.
mental. Yeah.
You need some of them. Phil,
I'll
these things
have
are
that one.
fun.
I don't need some of them because they're really, really loud when they call. So they'll keep me up at night, and you need like banana trees for them to breed.
Oh.
Yeah.
You've got banana trees.
To
Yeah,
be
look,
fair,
work has
I
banana
was,
trees.
I was lucky. I
Take
was,
them into
lucky,
work in
I
your
was
pocket.
lucky with mine.
Yeah, just leave them go.
Nobody will even notice they're there in your tropical house. It's massive.
To be fair, that would be really cool hanging around a tropical house.
Possibly, I mean, they'll be bloody loud, and potentially the tokies would try and eat them. Or they would try
There
and
are
eat
no
the tokies.
tokays in your tropical house, Phil. There aren't any.
Yeah,
here.
you're lying. They're
You're
not
lying,
in.
Phil.
They don't exist.
I've
Just
been
make it-
3 times,
You know,
4 times now.
Phil, you know what you could make? A tropical, and in that tropical house,
That's
just dedicated. Then
Yeah.
you can have
There you go, that-
all these kids, whatnot,
Give us
in
a try.
the tropical house,
Hold on.
and then you can have your
He's got his
tailgate
headphones
just elsewhere in a
No,
red touch
I
house.
think it's Marwell. In their tropical house, they have however many Pacnoda free ranging.
Oh,
Do I?
And then I think they said they released around about 5,000 millipedes into it.
Wow.
Let's just say I almost had a mantis that I would have been like, that's a thing.
That
That's what you need.
Diana. He was,
That's what you need. Chaz, one of them.
No, it's got
he has his headphones on, so he couldn't hear, but he always comes and waves and says hello.
I've had a few, but I want more.
you got lovely some leaf insects. Leaf insects are awesome.
Leaf insects are absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get the orange form ones.
oh, Aruna said that hers are hatching now,
Okay.
so you might want to check yours.
Okay.
David Bowie's in stock.
Nice, got
That's cute, Scott.
What's that?
Scott was one of the boys to bed, and he may have fell asleep for a little bit with Leo.
Oh,
Aruna's orange ones. Nope, they don't look like they're hatching yet.
Mine
Doesn't
haven't
look
yet. Checked on them today.
oh, there's a fly on my head. Spot it.
Where?
Just whack
Oh,
To me.
Shall I do it, Matt?
No,
Shall I?
Harry.
Shall I?
Phil, put this on big screen.
Hey, move in.
I'll stab you. I have
Move
scissors.
in. Move in.
Fight on your channel there. He's gone now.
Okay.
I just fed fruit flies to the little mantises, so there was one on my head.
Oh,
Ah,
I opened
Oh
the
yeah,
box.
right. Yeah, right, Leah.
She's so vicious.
Where's my fruit fly? Not my fruit fly, my casters.
On here somewhere.
Hey Emma.
Yeah.
They're not hatching though.
No.
Okay.
Hi.
yeah, mine haven't hatched yet.
Hello.
No, I'm just gonna
Hi.
sprinkle like a couple in the bottom of each one because these are fully grown adults and I just want to make sure they've got food ready for them.
Hi there.
Chaz, you're a pewhead.
Leah. Actually, I will leave it 5 minutes.
We should have got Charles one of those. We should have got Charles one of those really cheap vinegaroons there yesterday for 40 quid.
What days does work shut for you, Phil? I mean, I know you'll still be working, but to the public, what days do they normally close over Christmas?
Well, at the moment during school term time, we close Tuesdays and Wednesdays during the week,
Just
Right.
and
trying
then over the sort of Christmas holidays, we'll be closed Christmas Day.
All right, yeah.
Otherwise, we're open for it all.
Oh,
Okay, so Emma, here is your Pamphobetus. He's very pretty.
Well,
no.
This one is your,
No.
this one's your erratum.
Nice.
Me, sugar. No.
And this one's your Himori. Look how cute it is.
Yeah, I need more of them.
Alright.
I've got enough.
It's so
Is Leah,
cute.
is this Leah giving away loads and loads of spiders to everyone?
No, this is Emma buying tarantulas when
Mine
when I was at the show. So she rang me and she's like, "Leah, can you do this?" And I was like, "Okay." So, oh, sorry, the Comantus. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That Pamphobetus looks lovely. What is it? Which one?
Machala. No, Machala.
Yeah, right. They're
I
nice.
think. Says M.
So basically, you're doing a bit of a sort of personal shopper service.
If I'd known.
Not for you.
Yenan flower mantis. That's
Not for you,
male.
Matt.
They're not. They're not staying in these. I just need to make sure they're okay before they go together. I put them in there, and then I'm going to put her into a big enclosure. Then I'll put him in with her for a bit.
So I put this back on.
Hopefully he'll survive it. If he does, then he'll get a little enclosure. If he doesn't, then he won't.
Then you'll get a little box.
Well, he'll be eaten.
My one is still clinging on to life.
Good.
Oh,
Rescue
that's good.
That's awesome.
I've actually put halfway across the middle of the enclosure now, though. I've put like organza right across the middle part, across over all the substance.
I just looked in my
So when he falls off the lid, he falls onto that.
I just looked in my vinegar enclosure from Jeremy, and I saw nothing. Then all of a sudden, I just looked. Out of curiosity, I just looked under the tub, and I saw just the top bottom of the abdomen. I was like, "Oh my god!"
No, I bought 7 mantises at the show, but they're all breeding projects.
Here's Emma.
So I don't really want to give away too much because I didn't really buy any animals. I bought like literally the mantises, and I bought.
Leah, what mantis did you get? What ones did you get?
I got 4 Yenan mantis.
Yonanan.
Yenanan.
Yonan.
I don't know how you say it, so I just say Yenanan.
I can't believe I went all around that show and the only thing I bought was isopods.
Only thing I really bought was dead stuff.
Yeah, just like
around.
just like this one at Brighton, just getting mud.
Yeah, Phil.
Essentially,
Flake soil.
Flake soil, and that was it.
I tell you what, though, it was very interesting to see all those different beetles.
It was. Some of those beetles, oh my god.
The
If
blue bees is the one that got me.
I like the blue bees.
That's just casually just them talk in the field, just not knowing what's going on.
Oh, you're grumpy.
He's a bit dirty. So he's going to get a fresh. Oh,
Because
hello.
sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Oh no, the pots are they've obviously reared them in the pots and just kept them in there, which seems to be the going thing, but I like to keep mine nice and clean.
Was it what other mantis was there?
This is my female.
Hey, Michael.
Well, Michael's
be
coming just in
careful.
time.
All I'm saying is be careful,
Why?
because I found out the hard way that female unicorns can fly.
So can males. They can all fly.
I know.
Yeah.
I already know anyway, but the one just flew a minute ago, so if I didn't know, I would have already known anyway.
I was just like, my one was there. It's like, oh crap.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let them settle in for a little bit, and then I'm going to have a go at breeding them.
I'm not
And
going
one
to
of
tempt fate here, but I've had none of these die since.
Oh, nice.
They're all still in there. And like you can
They're
see,
going
the
okay
females,
then.
they're all looking a bit mature now, like all dark and this and the other. So,
Yeah.
Are they your dubians?
no,
No, red runner.
Ones I had the issue with, Terry.
Oh, cool.
I've had a load of.
What are you hissing at?
You know, I picked up the orange isopods, the dairy cows, and the zebras. I've got like the zebras and the dairy cows. They're going crazy. I've had so many
Hi,
babies
Michael.
already.
Yep.
The orange ones, not so much, but
Hey, Michael.
they're
Can
more
you hear that?
they're quite reclusive. The orange ones, so they probably are there, but they're just hidden
Come
away.
here.
Once the orange ones get going, they do really sort of start to explode normally.
They're quite big, aren't they, the adults? Like as far as they go, it's like I was quite surprised. Oh, hello.
We'll just put it on big screen.
Terry, you've grown.
I'm not that grumpy.
He's a very grumpy poohead. You grumpy? Have you got a grump?
What is it?
Go.
It's a blue tongue skink.
He's very grumpy today.
It's lovely.
It's just because
No,
you're
he's not.
He is. He's absolutely stunning.
What are they like? What are they like care-wise?
Similar to a bearded dragon, but less climby.
Basically, I think of it like a mini Argentine tegu. But they eat the same stuff.
They love snails.
Yeah, the red runners are. I need to get mine back up and running.
I'll do it.
No, he's a children. I'm putting like 5 fly eggs. Cocoons. No, that's not eating. Casters. Thank you. There you go. In each one, and then they'll hatch when they're ready, and then they can have foods. That one's been cleaned up.
There
I
was
just
some...
wondering how big he's going to get, this Pluto.
Oh, who was it? I'm trying to think of someone that was at Brighton the first year that had Mackay Spectres.
No, Rebel. Kitchen. Kitchen's over the resurrection. Kitchen. Kitchen. I know you like to clean your show
Oh,
off.
who was it? I know that. I know.
Where's her collar?
Upstairs, still left on reading.
It's going to be interesting with all the breeders and all the sellers actually without their posting until the new year, how places like Bug Hut and Cold Blooded and all the places that actually stock tarantulas around here are going to actually fare with their trade, because obviously people are going to be buying leading up to Christmas, and then they're not going to be able to get any new stock in. We're quite
To be honest, though, like, other than the people like us who do it all year round anyway, it's probably best that people don't have that, because then people can't
Russell,
like buy an
Mantis
animal for
are
Christmas
still
and then
selling
let it go
shows,
again.
Yeah.
I think they're still selling like non-livestock. I think that's pretty much
Got
it.
2 of them. They fly. Be careful.
Okay.
That's why I expect the shops.
A butterfly.
Saw
Isn't
that a
that-
bit near me that
Isn't that right?
from
Phil?
about now onwards they actually start refusing to sell any livestock.
Yeah. Pets at Home sell. I don't really like them, but they don't sell rabbits and that for a certain amount of time before Christmas as well.
To be honest, if you're going into the reptile hut and the bug hut anyway, you don't find that place by accident. To be fair, they're quite difficult to get.
Guess what I found out today?
What's that? Chaz.
Someone on here knows a reptile shop that I go to a lot.
What's that one, Chaz?
One that's further on from me.
Chocolate ones are money, though, aren't
To that one that you're saying, Cheeky Mantis are selling at shows, but actually they're not selling mantis or anything on their website.
No, there's a syrup pudding in there.
They're still selling non-livestock. That's from what I last heard, but they could have said something else.
Most people aren't. Did everyone see that Mark won last night on Mitch's live?
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah. They're not going to Mark's house.
No, are they going to your house by any chance? I messaged him about 1 o'clock last night, and he was like, "You don't want any white spotted assassin bugs, do you?" And I'm like, "Mate, I could, but I'll just be taking them for taking them's sake." I said, "No, thanks." He says, "I'll talk to Leah."
I want predatory beetles.
Right. I know I've just bought 4 Yana mantises. I forgot. I already have one. So I now have 5.
Oh god.
Leah,
on Mitch's stream, and even if I don't watch it live, you end up having to watch the whole thing to figure out what draws he's doing all night.
I'm losing it, I swear.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of draws, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I mean, he did 3 draws last night, but the video is 1 hour and 40 minutes. So you almost have to sort of, like, if you haven't got time to watch it, you sort of have to scrub through it until you see the bag come out onto his desk, and then you sort of give it back about a minute so you can sort of see him do the draw. Because he wants you to contact the people directly with, obviously, if you win. So it's quite hectic. I can imagine it's quite hard to organise.
Definitely. I wouldn't want to try and organise something like that. That's a lot of organisation that goes and gets involved in that.
Like, it's the time as well. He's on live. Well, obviously he wasn't on Saturday night, but virtually every night for almost 2 hours, every day leading up to Christmas.
Oh wow!
But he's
Yeah,
he's already raised 2.6, 2.7, hasn't he, for it? So
Yeah, it's a lot of time involved there as well, and yeah,
Leah,
definitely a lot
Yes.
of admin.
when I started the whole invert hobby, I was told no tarantulas. Oops.
Who told you no tarantulas? Charge your mum.
Yeah, and my dad. And now, oops.
I told Connor we weren't going to ever get a spider because he kept on and on and on about it.
Do you like
Why?
spiders, Matt? Are you scared of spiders or are you right with them? Well, were you scared of spiders before?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had the biggest irrational fear of any 8-legged animal ever. Like literally to the
Oh
point
my
where I would
God.
get on the sofa and be like, "Kath, get that bloody thing out of here. I hate it." Blah blah. And now I'm like even
Isn't it
ushering
funny how we can
widows onto
change
my hand
so
to get them out of the
much?
conservatory. You know?
Yeah. It's so crazy how we can all change so much. Like we just
I mean, was it to you, Leah, that I was like, oh, I never want to tarantula. I'm so petrified of them.
yeah, and you said it to Phil.
And we're talking about like September last year. I still was of that opinion.
It's funny because out of everyone here, I knew Phil first. I met Phil first. Didn't
Yeah.
I, Phil?
Russell asked, how's your little jumper doing?
Out of everyone on the screen, I knew Phil first.
I
But
don't
that's
know.
not really hard because considering I've met everyone through the AKC.
I don't have a jumping spider anymore.
Maybe you just meant your actual jumper. Maybe it's just a little bit small on you.
Are you knitting a jumper?
I need a drink.
Yeah, aren't you crocheting one? Or yeah?
Sorry,
Yeah, that's not done
it just
yet.
choked. Your jumping spider's alright, Chaz, yeah?
I don't have any more.
Oh. A fly just threw straight down my throat.
Bit of extra protein.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be sick.
all in malt.
Put it this way, Leah, it's better than having a darkling beetle accidentally fall into your mouth. Those things are
That's true.
disgusting.
That's happened to me. I had a packet of sweets. I think it was chocolate buttons. No, it wasn't. It was milky bottles. Do you know the milk bottle, like chewy sweets? It was
Yeah.
them. And I had them in a drawer next to my sofa because they had little chest of drawers. And I didn't know that this beetle had got out. And I literally, there was like one or two at the bottom. So I went like this. And out fell the beetle and went in my mouth. And I was like, what the hell was that? I just crunched. I spat it out. And I literally, oh my God. Ugh.
Hey, Moo.
Well, Phil says the mealworms taste like peanuts. What about the
Really?
beetles?
Hi, Moisty
It didn't
Moon.
taste of anything. It just,
That's new.
it was more in my brain. Like, no, because I want
Hey,
my
Moon.
teeth. That's where I put in.
Yeah, no, mealworms and Moriworms taste a bit peanutty.
I've got nothing. I need more bedroll.
Locusts have a bit of a nutty taste as well.
Yeah, I've heard that. And crickets, apparently.
Do the mealworms tend? I wonder if the mealworms tend to change. You know, when you pick a mealworm up with your fingers and you can feel out when it's outside is quite firm, but as they're getting nearer to pupating, they tend to go more velvety and soft, don't they, on the outside? I wonder if their taste changes then.
Why
Possibly.
did you say that?
Possibly.
This is a conversation and a half, especially after I just swallowed one.
You'd have to make sure you ate it properly. You wouldn't want it pupating inside you, would you?
Yeah, let's just go on our own life. Take this away from that.
Mother mealworm or Moriworm burrow its way out of you, which doesn't happen.
Let's change the conversation before me and Leo be sick.
So, I mean,
Dark
I've had a
exit.
few crickets. All the crickets I've eaten they've been like chocolate dipped crickets.
Oh, wow.
Me and Leo here just cringing.
Fry them on barbecue, didn't they? A lot of them, like getting that way, roasted ones and things like that, don't they?
I've had
Indonesian
barbecue
places.
seasoned weaver ants.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's
Quite
like
nice.
a butcher sort of round our side of London, that he does like a barbecue every year of all the
Russell.
strangest animals you could possibly ever
That's such
imagine.
a Russell. That's such a you thing to say.
Give them a try. Let us know. Yeah, exactly.
And
No. I'm taking.
one of
I'm just.
a show years ago, I think it was an AES show. I tried a leaf car ant queen.
Right.
Leaf car ant queen. Well, at least the queens anyway. Tastes like bacon.
Oh, what's that? Budwing.
No, it's a Maya mantis.
Oh.
It's a pecoli. A pecoli. It's a little white one. What are you laughing? What are you coughing for, Chaz?
Matt, just eating a mealworm.
Did he just eat one? I missed it.
No, I didn't. I didn't. It's a sleight of hand, just to annoy Chaz.
I'm eating a Wolves Viennetta, so I'm getting the better one.
That's just as bad as the word. As
Birthday cake.
That's just as bad. Made me itch now.
Chaz, when you're sleeping, the amount of things that you'll end up eating bug-wise naturally with your mouth open while you sleep, I wouldn't worry about a mealworm, mate.
Oh,
Matt, do you really think when Chaz is asleep, your mouth stops
Phil.
moving? No, it still keeps going.
Possibly,
Can
yeah,
you
there
just
is that. I didn't
can you just
consider that, to be fair, Terry.
Can you just get this person out?
Nah. Matt can
we
say
all eat invertebrates in our daily food.
they allow
What?
0.01% of the food to be made of bugs.
I'm gonna die tonight. That was harsh.
House spiders have a tendency, don't they, to wander in and
All
out?
my new mantises and my baby mantises.
Nice.
Nice for you.
I think I got enough.
How many?
Yeah.
Let's have
You're
let's have
telling-
a look at that box. How
Mia,
many you got?
you're turning into the new
Let's see that
me.
box again.
So they're all in a really basic setup. I never put
Just
them
to see.
straight into like a full setup just in case. So I can just keep a closer eye on them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And
what I do.
that seems to keep me the most amount. So if I do it the other way, I've tried it before. I've brought them home and put them in a full setup straight away and they've died on me.
Yeah.
So
A little
I keep
ghost.
them next to the sofa in basic setups and then I set them up tidy later.
This is the one I got. This is the one I got from Mark and Victoria at Brighton. He's hanging around
Oh.
low today, but he's got a little chunky butt. I think it's a female actually. Females have the less segments, don't they?
I have mine. I've got my ghost mantis over there, and I've got two.
Females have the
Oh,
thicker
what are they called now?
crown.
Majuscula,
Yeah.
or however you say it.
Oh,
I've
what,
got
the
two of
giant
them
rainforest?
over there. They're all set up in like they've got plants and sticks.
The
and
giant
all that stuff.
rainforest or the other one?
Giant rainforest, and then
That's the Hyogene
my Yunnan and my
Yunnan.
Yunnan, whatever. What's the other one? Oh, my Descartes. They're both
And-
up there, but they're going to be moved probably this week because they've been
And
up there
you
now
got
for 2 weeks.
And you got your Maya Mantis Peculi in
Oh,
your
nice,
box.
nice, Russ.
Nice one, Russell.
Yeah, the ghost one. It's
Oh,
like,
nice.
how is it? The males have more segments on their abdomen, or is it the females? I can never remember which way around it is.
Males.
Actually,
Males have more, don't they?
with Ghost, I
Yeah.
found that you can tell them just by looking at them when they're slightly
You
older.
can tell by looking at their
Yeah, that's what I said. The
thingy.
crown.
Yeah.
The females have a slightly
yeah, it's slightly shorter, and the males will look like it's like stupidly long off their head. Although if there's a male with a really short one or a female with an extra long one, sometimes it can be difficult.
But to be fair, I always see also females. There is a chance with you could get males, but
To be fair, it's so small, and I've counted the segments, and it looks about 6 or 7 segments, but yeah,
It's
got
so
a really
rare.
If you're
long-
managing to count to 7, then it's probably 7. That's
Yeah.
what I find. So it's probably a boy.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that.
If it is a boy, send it to me when it's grown because I've got 2 females that are little. They want to. I want to breed them,
All right.
and then I'll send you half the baby.
Jesse, I'm not getting you out. You were out earlier. You were out last night. Stop looking at me.
Oh, for God's sake!
What?
Michael got his beard stuck in a fidget spinner.
Oh, Michael.
Is it a fake beard?
No, that's Chris and Scott. Did you have a lie in this
Michael.
morning, Phil?
What's that?
Did you have a lie in this morning?
I did it up about, I don't know, what, 9:45-ish? 10?
Leah,
Oh, wow. It's late for you.
Can you
That
see my
is.
phone?
Leah, this is the one that you held.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
It's not quite as late as me, Phil, but it's getting there.
Leah, you
That's
know
it.
this. This is the one that you held, Leah.
oh wow.
It like Confio, I guess. This is like the biggest giant rainforest I've had that hasn't escaped yet. Leo, I told you about that one, didn't I? About the rainforest, the other one that I had escaping. So I had, so I got from Bugs UK. I got a giant rainforest, same one, same size and everything. And the next day, I had found I forgot to shut enclosure, so it wandered out. And part of me thought, oh no, because I had the window open that night as well. So I was like, oh god. I was like
I always feel that if I'm ever going to forget to close an enclosure, it's always going to be
I
something
just say,
that
like-
I really shouldn't want to.
I should say like I was just
Yeah.
like, oh
It's never going
shit,
to be
my
like an
mattress
havoc
is
or anything. It's
okay.
always going to be like a feather leg or something like that.
And then a few months later, I found in the enclosure. By then, I already had to put another mantis in there because I was like, by then I already accepted defeat. I was like, yeah, it's gone. But then a couple of days later, after that, I found it dead, already like dried up and everything. So it's already like it's already gone like black and everything.
I found Ellie's snake and I wasn't even in a head.
And I was just like, oh crap, it's been in there the whole time, and there's just been a mantis country just chilling in there with it. I'm like,
Hey,
oh,
can you get me a fly culture tab and the fly culture mix?
Yeah, let me change the order in this now.
Okay.
Right, wish me luck, people.
What are you doing, Terry?
and that
Cleaning the water out for the Nile monitor.
Changing the water in the Nile monitor enclosure, and she sat by the door giving it
She's
evil.
pooped in it.
Oh,
Leah, is this
Can-
in
can
your-
we
is
watch?
this in the same room that you're in?
Do you want?
No,
well,
He said that.
go on, Terry. We want to watch.
no.
I
Do
just
it,
went
Leah.
to look.
Do it.
I'll tell you what.
I'll divorce your ass.
I'll join off this phone because it's got a better camera. Okay.
No, Leah.
I'll
Leah,
mute the mic
Leah.
and the camera so you. Okay, he said no.
Oh, Terry.
You spoil sport, Terry.
No, it's messy over here.
He's
Yeah,
moaning
yeah.
because it's messy because
Yeah,
we pulled everything out
greedy,
to try to put the Christmas
greedy.
decorations
You've
up.
seen this room, haven't you?
Food whinging.
I'm in the messy room.
Oh, he's already been smacked.
Fuck you.
She keeps whipping him. Like, just,
Ow.
I heard that.
Do it.
You didn't have to wait long, Michael. You didn't have to wait long.
there'll be another one now.
Has he got his gloves on?
Yeah, that's a stroke. You like them?
Oh, she's letting him stroke her.
Oh.
Bite.
He can stroke her for a minute and then spit like a cat, you know, and they just turn around and they just wallop you one. But they have
Yeah.
claws, that's it. She does. She's like, she'll tolerate it for a second and then she's like,
So it's like Terry with the snakes to you.
She doesn't get as arsey with me though.
Is that okay? Want to change your water?
She just doesn't like Terry.
Probably sees
I went over there the other day. I was looking for underneath the rack for something because I was, I got a box full of wings that I don't know what I've done with them. I was looking under the rack, so I got down on the floor on my knees to have a look, and she was up against the glass and she was just looking at me. She didn't care.
See, look, I don't wear these gloves for a fashion statement. Okay, there's a very good reason why I've got gloves on.
Michael's.
And they're
The
bulletproof
picture Terry
gloves.
wearing a suit of armour with pink feathers in the helmet during that monitor.
Oh.
Do you know what? She's getting better. She's not as bad as she was.
Small steps.
My lip is
Small
all sore
steps,
by
Terry.
there because I burnt my lip on gravy last night.
I'm just
Spend
trying
it on
to.
gravy.
Went to KFC on the way home and had gravy, and I was having I pour it in my burger. So I bit into the burger, but I was that cold because basically my stereo keeps overheating. So Terry put the cool air on it, so I was cold. So I put a blanket over me, but obviously my face was still cold. So when I bit into my burger, I didn't really feel the heat as much. Like it just felt really warm. And then about 5 minutes into eating my food, I was like, my lip really hurts. And then I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, oh shit, I burnt my lip. So it's like really sore just across there.
That's the worst when you burn your mouth.
It'll be healed in like a day or two, but
Like, you know, I can't feel the front of my tongue.
Leo,
No,
gonna
I
call-
can't feel the front of my tongue. So if I
Did
have
you-
something really, really hot and stuff like that, hot tea, coffee, and everything, if I put it in my mouth and it hits the front of my tongue, I don't notice it. All of a sudden, it'll get to the back of the throat. It's like, ouch. Yeah, I can bite my tongue like that. And I can't feel. So it's like, I'm going to end up biting the front off.
yeah, I bite the insides of my cheeks because I have an underbite. That's why my jaw's quite like pronounced because I got an underbite. And I was supposed to have an operation when I was a teenager. And they were going to break my jaw and then wire it back together. And my mum and dad wouldn't pay for it because I was living in Ireland. They didn't have it for free. So my mum and dad wouldn't pay for it, so I never had it done. So every now and again I bite my cheeks when I'm eating, and it really hurts. I'm not so bad now. As I used to
Out,
be.
don't you? It's always horrible that.
Mm.
Then you can feel
I
it.
went
Can't
with,
you? You can feel where the chunk's gone in your cheek for ages.
Well, some years ago, back when I was doing like work experience at another zoo, and he came, like it was like the assistant like head people, and then he came into the food prep areas, and all of a sudden, and he bit the tip of his tongue off.
Ouch.
And so like a good couple of centimeters of it, just clean off,
Oh,
and he just smashed into his hand. And what the hell's that asked my tongue?
They did say to me,
It was just that crazy that he was like, "Well, I don't know what to do." So he shoved it back in his mouth and swallowed it. Before but it was like so quick, and then he was like, "Did I just do that?" But I went, "Yeah, you did." What the hell was that about? And he was like, "I don't know."
oh right.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do.
let's
Russ, I swear,
party.
the more that me and you know each other, the more alike we are. Russell is like the skinny male version of me. We're very similar.
So does that
Yeah.
mean? So does that mean that Russell's like my older brother now? Then, if he's like you.
yeah, they did warn me when I was going to have
I
this
keep
operation
explaining
that
to you,
I
Chaz, I'm
lose
old enough to be your
sensation
mother.
but It's just annoying. It's right across the front tip.
No, more my sister. You're like one of those siblings that are like a stepping parent.
What is Terry doing now?
Sounds like he's going to
He's
war.
trying to get the bowl in and she's hissing at him and flicking him.
Leah, that's what.
She's full puffed up and everything.
Yeah, that's what you are. Do you know what those step-in? Do you know one of those step-in sip?
Even not being able to see Terry, just listening is brilliant.
I'm not going far, Russell.
Don't you dare turn back on me.
Right, now, I got you by the tail. You got your long bite of teeth.
Don't turn your
This
back
is
on
the
me.
thing, though,
Hit
Leah.
the log!
This is the thing, though, right? Terry's
Mia?
like, no, I don't want to be on telly. I don't want to be on telly. But he was literally, we're getting a run and commentary anyway.
What are you doing?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
When do
I'm
we
glad
start
you
to
got a
worry?
Niall.
We start to worry and phone the authority because there's no one back on their camera in about an hour's time.
Let's have a party. Let's have a live rave. let's have a rave.
Find an extra man. Russell.
What was it?
No, Rosa. Well, cheers for joining. And I think
Right,
you
who
want to
Who
join
wants a
next
Niall
week.
monitor?
Nightwolf.
Who wants a Niall monitor? I can't be dealing with that anymore.
No.
Oh, you love having a Niall monitor.
God, their teeth are sharp.
Hey, Travis.
How many times you get bit?
Hello.
Twice.
Look at his face. He's so cute. He's a mature male Avic. He's just such a baby.
Mature male.
I had a female, but she died. He always walks out. He's terrible for it.
Okay. That was
Yeah.
that's a bit too much.
That's-
going on.
To me, that's like Evicts and Carabiners just in general.
Yeah.
I think my versicolor's broken. It's like I can open the enclosure and it just never wants to wander out. I feel like I've been hard done by, to be fair.
Yeah, you got a broken Versi there.
I've got a female Avic though.
He's brilliant. He just literally like wanders out. I just turn my hand, he wanders back
Party.
in. But yeah, he's got a wanky blankie in his hole.
Wolf, you say you say you're gonna have to go to bed. You're just gonna spend the night in
Can
Scott's.
you stop? Just go back in. Hang on.
I've got a female. She's about.
You're not coming out. Stay in.
Well, I don't even. Well,
He settled
Let's,
down.
let's party.
I said settle down, and he just like goes. Travis, stay
I
in.
don't think my female is old enough yet, Leah.
He just wants to come out. He wants to go wanders.
Is that a Versi?
No, it's Avic.
Right, there's like 20 cockroaches there.
Let's have a rave.
Russell, do you want me to bring him back to you for Saturday? You can have him back if you want.
This is actually pretty cool. The actual. I've never seen the Avic sit on where it's sitting at the moment. Hold on.
Oh. Is yours a mature female, Matt?
No, not yet. Look,
She's
it's
so
sort of like
quick.
just the top of the court bar, literally just plod legs all round the side like its little castle.
Let's
Oh,
party.
enjoy dogging.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got the lovely reds though on the back end. You can't really see it with the light, but it's just
No, they're stunning.
I had to go get him to show you, Russell, because I just love him. He's cute.
Don't lie. You come over to watch me get bitten by a Niall monitor.
Yeah, but then I was like,
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Let's party.
I'm not. I told him I was coming over to you to see what you were doing.
At least she
I
bit the
just
log.
picked him up while I was over.
Yeah, she had the log in the she had the log in the claws on her mouth, and I got my hand in her. I was trying to pick her up, bring her out, so I could get her out. She might calm down. She just turned and went straight to the bit on my arm with no gloves. She's not stupid. She knows my gloves only got so far.
You have to get some arm length gauntlets.
Right, I've just put about 30 giant hissing cockroaches in it. So let them run around. That's their food for the next
Don't
day.
waste all my hisses.
I'm not. I'm just chucking them in.
Can you get please? Can you get me the fruit fly culture stuff?
Yes. Oh, you calm down a minute first. That's the experience, that is.
Got adrenaline rush.
Let's party. Woo!
You know, you get all these really hard people that go, "Oh yeah, I keep venomous snakes." Yeah, you can handle them on a hook. You
Yeah,
don't
I
get a
know
hook
someone
for
that does
that.
that.
There's no hook
Yeah.
for that.
Leah,
Yeah,
we
just
know
nod
someone
if
like
you saw that message. Just nod if you saw it, yeah.
Matt
Terry, I
does
think
as
the
well.
thing is with it, mate, the trouble is it knows you're a bit nervous and you go in there a little bit too high strung. I think you need to calm down a little bit, bud.
No, it's the basics of it is the guy who had it before had a beard, right? And he used to pin her into the corner and grab her. And now every time I go near the enclosure, that's what she thinks I'm going to do. So as soon as I open the door, she's on her defensive.
Terry.
Yeah, they can just sense it, can't they? Can sense the nervousness.
What? 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 What?
They can just sense when people are nervous, mate. Honestly, it's yeah. I'll just try and be a bit more chill. Give it a cuddle or something. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Matt can have it. See if I can chill out he is. I give him a day. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. You can have it back. I don't want it.
Terry,
What?
how annoyed would you be if when I come over the weekend, if I could just go in and like get an arm monitor out and it's absolutely fine?
It's not going to happen because they've got a beard. It's not going to happen, mate.
I play with her. I'll play with
I mean,
her. Around.
I highly doubt that would happen, but that'd be I would find it hilarious if I was like, "What are you on about, Terry? It's fine."
Yeah, but I've gone in there before now, and I have picked her straight up. Leah's got the video on her phone. Like when we first got her up until the point she escaped, I could pick her up. When she escaped, and I had to catch her from under the sofa, I broke my circle of trust. So I've got to sort of educate her that I'm not going to pick her up or pin her.
You know,
I broke
have you tried tap training?
I can't even open the door without her attacking me. I can open the door. She's automatically in fear mode.
After Christmas, we're moving the room around.
Do you
She's
get
having
the
a-
same response, Leah?
She'll be facing outwards rather. So the way we have her at the minute, she's facing open on the bugs. She can't see bugs, but she's facing. And so basically, she's not got much foot traffic in front of her. So when we do go over there, it's like, oh, hello, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm thinking if
Yeah.
she's in more of a central location, the more foot traffic, it might desensitize her slightly more.
Yeah, some animals are weird, aren't they? Some animals prefer
Yeah.
it with no foot traffic, and some animals need.
Exactly. I just
Desensitizing,
said
don't
to
they?
Carrie, I said maybe it's worth a try, just to see if it works.
I've got
Yeah.
an idea. Put a load of Lego characters in front, and then they'll just be used to him.
The worst thing about it. Worst thing about it is
Sorry, didn't even hear
I
that.
did, I was just ignoring the crap.
Oh wow.
Love you, Terry. Love you, mate.
No, honestly, she's put on about a foot since we've had her. So she's getting bigger, but she's not getting. I know she's not going to get massive because she's but she's still going to get like 3 foot
When you're great, just put them in the fridge for me.
in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'm sure
what
it'll
do you
be
want-
fine with it eventually.
Put them in the door of the fridge. I don't want them too cold.
I don't think she's ever going to calm down to the point where you can take her out and handle her like you can a
Hands up
fox.
and run this party! Yeah.
No, you've got
The
to give
other animal that I still can't talk about yet,
I can't, man.
that will be very cutchy, but I can't.
What? What? You're,
Yeah.
you're calling. So you're
It's
talking
because you
about
need
Terry
a video on that, Leah.
then?
I'm going to do the Brighton. I'm going to do the entomology show first, that video. Then I'm going to do my pickups.
Yep.
So that's there was the entomology show was meant to be tonight, but because Terry wanted me to go out shopping, I didn't have time to put it up. So I'm doing that for tomorrow night. Then I'm going to do the other one for Friday. So that'll be my pickups, and then the animal will be on Monday.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, my sort of show footage from yesterday, and probably pick up actually in one video, possibly. Yeah, on I'll come out on Wednesday, and then like rehousings perhaps on Sunday.
I'm sorry.
two this week. I think it's just a little update, but I've got 2 rehousings only. Both old world, extremely calm. I was actually
Make me
like,
food. Oh, that
it's
now.
just
So
the way that my rehousings have changed in the last 4 months, it's crazy. I mean, the 2 I rehoused, one of them was an OBT, and the other one was my Harpactira pulchrit, and they're like literally not any bit of drama. And the OBT even just wandered out of the enclosure, like out of both enclosures, and was just there. It wasn't a problem at all. It's so calm.
Yeah, but
They
they
are
are
tiny.
really like defensive and people antagonise them.
No, the thing is, they're both small, and like you know what it's like with the tiny ones. They want to bolt a lot more, don't they? Well, they tend to, from what I can see. But yeah, they're both.
Most get me all scared.
Yeah, but I was quite surprised how small they were. I needed to move the OBT because it was in a sling vial, and it's had to go into like a much bigger enclosure, like a little deli cup thing. But get the blue leg. It's only temporary for now, but it's already done an awful lot of webbing. Right.
Yep.
Can't actually see the webbing on here, but it's well, maybe you can. It's just all across that side, all over the top of its cork bark, the stupid little thing. So, but yeah.
I really like those little Reptizer enclosures.
Yeah, they are good. They are good. The only thing I worry about is sometimes when they've got, when you've got like a spider that's the abdomen's quite sort of. Well, I'm going to use the wrong terminology. It's quite flat abdomen, so they haven't really got much substance to them. If they're too small for it, they do have that little gap at the back end on the non-magnetic side.
Yeah,
and I do worry about with a bit of warping. I do worry about escapes from that. So I won't put them in there until they're at least well sized enough for it.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got a few. I've got 5 of those little enclosures. I use them for little scorpions.
Yeah. They're lovely for that.
That's what I've used them for so far. Like, little scorpions and a little vinegar ring whippling.
I've got 14 of them on there.
Oh wow!
They're all the Reptizoo there. But I've only just started putting old worlds in them. It was all like brackies and things like that. But I like the click. I like it when you put a deli lid on and you can click it shut and you know that
click it and you know it's shut.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean I've got a couple of Ceratogyrus in there and like I say the Harpactira, but yeah.
Oh, we have a doggy. Oh, no, the doggy's gone. We suddenly had a doggy that replaced Leah.
All right.
A little dog head popped up.
I'll tell you what, Russ. I only buy those enclosures. They are really really nice, but I'll only buy them at shows because if you buy them any other time of the year, it's way too expensive.
You know what?
Oh, there we go. Oh, God, different dog.
Just saw his tail just walking off.
So, yeah. Me and Russell we both bought them just at shows because they're like a $5 at a show.
Yeah, get 4.
But then they're like $6.99 or whatever online, and you got the postage and packaging on top of that.
Yeah, I have bought one from Bug Hut sells them, and I bought one from there when I was desperate and needed one. But they're like $10 there as well. It's just like. But I was gifted an OBT from them the other day.
Nice. Oh, this is Russell is just a cheap Aldi rum, black spice rum.
I put it in here. It's got a couple of little bits of anchor points that side, like just so it can, if it wants to sort of web up, sort of down here, it can do. And then I've got the cork bar this side. It's chosen there. It's already webbed up around the back of it.
I'm debating. I'm debating if I should get a stick insect or a leaf insect for the extra pair I've got left from Dragon Age.
Well, it depends what you would prefer more, Jazz.
That's the thing. Because
Russ, if you like those enclosures, mate, if you like those enclosures from the Spider Shop,
because
I'm trying to think of what my options are.
With a clear lid from
No, in the drawer.
Tesco, and these are £2,
Take that one. Just pass me.
and they're stackable. Because
if I had enough dedication and research, I would be able to have anything in that. If I did
Leah's back.
I'm back making fly cultures.
You turned into 2 dogs at one point.
Did they come see you? My cat was just staring at the phone and she was like, "What is that?"
I had one just head pop up. I think is it Jack Russell one?
Rebel.
Her head popped up, and then the other one came onto the sofa.
Oh yeah, she's very pleased because she's actually a white dog now and not a brown.
They had a
dog.
bath earlier. They're very proud of themselves.
Oh,
When they have when they have a bath, they get very excited and they have to show everyone. It's a thing. I don't know why.
Do you reckon they just go?
I don't know what it is.
Those ones, Russ, are,
When Connie was little, I got I
They did
painted her
compression.
nails, and she went downstairs to Terry and she started giving him her paws, like trying to show it.
as you can see, they take a bit to come off sometimes, but they are they're just like the compression type lids. But the fact that the lid's completely clear, right? That's what I love about these. They're
Where do you
as
get
good
those from Matt?
Tesco's.
Oh, nice.
They're £2 a pop.
Oh, that's all
I can't
right.
go wrong, really, can you?
I stack them up like 4 high or whatever, like, and I use them for like if I haven't got any of the Reptizoos, and they're not quite big enough for maybe a bra clasp.
Yep.
It's that nice in between size. I've had a Marshali in there, Trepepi. What else was in
Russell, do you need a fly culture at all
There's a couple of others I had in there.
when you're at the party?
What invert would you recommend to like non-tarantula or anything? What would you recommend to go into an enclosure that I use for my dragon-head katydids?
How big is it?
Yeah.
bit personal.
It's that I think it's like
Bigger than Perry. Huh?
That wouldn't be difficult, mate, to be fair.
See, I subtly heard the little dig in the background, Terry. Don't worry.
Phil, do you need a fly culture at all?
Probably Victoria probably will as well. Probably actually. Yeah.
Do you want little ones or big ones?
I know she normally goes for big.
Okay, what about you? Do you need a big one or a little one?
I like a big one.
Okay.
I'm so fucking childish.
So,
Terry is very
That's why we're
childish.
friends, Terry. Though that's why we can. One sentence. You're so childish. That's why we're friends.
yeah, I don't use fruit flies a lot with my slings.
Okay, sorted. I will
I'm
make everybody fly cultures.
I'm thinking it's the 30 by 30 by 45. I'm guessing that's like estimated, kind of.
I have got one weird thing, right?
Hmm.
You know that Marijuana is really like aggressive, well not aggressive,
I
defensive.
may have
Wait,
overplayed
Right?
it.
Defensive towards
Is
me. When you put
That's all
cockroaches
quite
in,
jazz.
Yeah, it seems that.
when you put cockroaches in, she's nowhere near as like food motivated
That's
as the
also
dog.
you can get
Nowhere
in
near.
there. You can get like a few giant leaf insects.
It's because I'm trying to. It's because
I've currently got a Membracina mantis in there at the moment.
I didn't bring the
what mantis is in there? Dead thief.
What is it?
No, Membracina
I'd have to go for all those.
up here.
Oh,
You can have a look.
and
find it, it's quite a
Membranica
big
or Giant Asian.
That was your
Yeah,
recent-
Yeah, Herodula Membracina.
Right.
Membracina at the moment.
That was quite a recent addition into there, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I picked that mouse up at the Manchester show.
Yeah, I watched the video the other day. That one.
It's because I'm
Phil,
holding off.
did you do a video of the Manchester show?
No.
Until he got told off.
Yeah.
See, I watched the video.
You did get told
I
off.
started filming and I got told off.
Really?
I thought they said you
There
could
were other
film.
people filming, wasn't there?
So
They told me
they
I
make
could
their
film.
rules up as they go along, it seems. Because normally I don't film because I've always been like, we don't allow any filming or whatsoever here. And even please don't take photos of stuff. And all this and the other, and all this secrecy of it.
But
And
doesn't
then-
that make it look bad to the outside world? If
Well,
you're
yeah, it
allowed
does.
to do that, what are you trying to hide? And what are you doing to
But
those
then-
animals that you can't film?
At the first show in Manchester, from what I could tell, they allowed someone who's a bit of a bigger channel, basically free entry to film
Oh wow.
and put out a video filming and stuff. So I was like, oh well, if people are allowed to film now, I'll have a bit of filming. I'll do a bit of filming here. Nothing secret about it. Other than the only people that were okay with it were You know, that didn't say anything, but like, you know, Tony and Spy Shop, you know, the regular invert traders were all the ones that are happy about it, and everyone else was like, no, you can't film my stuff. And got told off. I was like, well, you've
You
allowed.
know what, though? You
It
can
doesn't
go
put a
in
good
and film
message out there,
any,
does it?
film any invert show because everyone that goes there knows that their animals are all nicely kept. It's how it should be done because they know if they don't, somebody will pick them up on it, right? So why won't they let you film at the reptile show?
Trouble is
Did
you
you
get
hear the
more.
thing about
You get more protest
Phil?
nut jobs
Phil,
like.
did you get
over
Oh,
the
you do,
thing
yeah. But
than do with the
they're
inverts.
still like, you know, if you're not filming that stuff and you're not putting it out there, then you're just hiding. You're hiding stuff, and if you're hiding stuff, and then surely or we're not really doing it right if we're hiding stuff.
Exactly
Phil,
right. Mate.
If you're happy with the way things are, you should be happy with people putting it out there.
Yeah, I
Kind
can't.
of thing, going, look,
Phil,
this is what we do and stuff.
Did you see the thing at Seeds last year? Apparently, someone stole something from someone. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, that happens almost every show sometimes.
Really?
Oh yeah, but things get stolen at a lot of shows. Yeah, happened at Brighton.
We never found out where our bloody orange isopods went.
Yeah.
The
The orange isopods that you gave us, they disappeared off the table.
Yeah.
Because remember, I
Yeah.
had all my animals behind the table.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody was coming behind the table, weren't they? And they disappeared. But then I don't know if it was somebody on our row, not one of our people. I don't know.
I wouldn't have been one of us because nobody's got orange isopods apart from Phil.
You are
So,
correct.
but yeah, it happens at so many shows. But yeah, it happened at Brighton. Someone, I think someone tried to steal something off a plate. I think.
You are correct, Mark.
Lovely.
So
Yeah, I
So
can understand why they don't want it done because of the fact that they've suffered with protests for ages and years, haven't they? Like,
the
but
thing is, they always will do.
yeah, exactly. You're
It will
not going
never
to get
go
rid of
away.
people, but at least
But if they showed the inside and the inside was okay, like how it's run and stuff, protesters wouldn't have so much ammunition. Like
The
if
trouble
somebody
is-
says you can't film, you think, well, why not?
yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. But the only trouble
Yeah,
you get
what were
there,
they
Terry,
trying to steal?
you know full well the people that are protesting and moaning about things, they're going to see, for example, like, I don't know, a frog in a travel container being sold at a show and go, see, look, you're keeping them in these tiny containers. It's like, no, it's been boxed up for the show for the day to be sold, and it's going to go into an enclosure when it gets. They won't listen to that part of it. That's the trouble.
Well, no, won't.
They've got their view, and that's all they're going to be like.
Yeah.
So the only reason that they would have attacked a few invert shows a little bit, but I haven't really that the vast majority of public do not care about inverts, and you know, general social media is a bit harder to get people just on general social media to actually care about a spider, because most of the time you put anything on social media about a spider and the general sort of public sphere is normally
Burn
kill
the
it with fire,
house
smash
down.
it, all this, that, the other.
We had them.
It's always burn the house down.
We had them threaten to come. We had the animal protester people threatening to come to the cattle market, and they were all panicking. I was like, let them in. I said, they can watch I move the animals around. I said, I have got nothing to hide. I sit there and talk to the sheep whilst I'm moving them. If they take 20 minutes to move them, I really don't care.
Well, you say you don't care, but sometimes you'll just stand there going, can you not move? Move.
Stop being a prick. I just want to move
But
you from this.
yeah, so the things with
Right? Stop.
some of those shows is that what I think it is that they only want sometimes bigger people, what they deem as bigger people, doing stuff like that because they're like, oh, they'll get more football.
Or it's because
Well.
they've already had a discussion with them, maybe, and they're sort of
Okay.
like,
I'll
'Cause you
edit
gotta-
that out, I'll edit this out.
no. I'm thinking maybe that they know what they're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? They've had a conversation. Make sure you don't put this in. Make sure you don't put that in.
Yeah,
Oh,
possibly.
Wolfie's back. Way.
Hey, well,
Hey, Wolfie.
Wolfie
Where did Chris go in?
tried to add
because there's
Spider-Man
always
69.
they always do stuff that like goes against their own rules quite often
Yeah,
and stuff like.
it's in the bin.
I was having this chat yesterday, actually, where like So they're trying to crack, like that show's trying to crack down on the amount of invert sellers at the show, and they want to try and remove the invert sellers from it.
What, from that
And so
one? Right,
well, people still go there just for the inverts that are there. And so,
What, the one
and
yesterday, or you want about the Manchester one?
the reptile one. Do they want to just really just reptiles and I think it's supposed to but you do that and then all it ends up being is nothing but raw pythons.
Yeah,
Half the show's raw pythons anyway and stuff, and
I don't see
and crescent geckos, and so there's no variety really.
Yeah, I really don't see the appeal. I don't know. I love royal pythons, but they're not the most interesting of species you could keep, are they?
No. But they always say that there's no wild caught there, and there's always a whole stand of just wild caught. So, many years ago, all the reptile shows, when there was more reptile shows and stuff around the country, one of the rules was no green iguanas, no retics, and no berms. All three were banned because of the size they get and stuff, and we don't want people selling young ones, and then people don't know what they're doing until they then wanted overseas sellers coming over, and then suddenly they were like, the British weren't allowed to sell retics, sperms, or green iguanas, but all the sellers from Germany and Holland and stuff, they could. And so I've seen some absolutely awful things. There was one seller from Germany, he was fairly well known for being dodgy, because he would have tubs like that with a baby green iguana in, little square tubs. We buy our spiders in.
Wow.
Something like that with a baby green iguana in it. And if someone went, "Oh, can I have that one?" You couldn't have that one. He brought out a bag from underneath the table filled with baby green iguanas.
Oh.
I was like, "You can have one of these," and he's like, "Yeah, they're all well caught." And stuff. And so many of us raised the issue, and they're like, "Well, we want to have these guys come over." So I was like, "Yeah, but they're completely going against our rules.
It's at the back. I think it's in the second door down at the
We
back.
need to police ourselves. If not, it's going to be done for us."
Yeah.
No. If you have certain rules, stick to those certain rules.
Yeah. What's what sort of volume and variation of frogs do they tend to have at the Manchester show?
Not necessarily a huge amount. You have a couple of tables with dark frogs.
Batmans, yeah.
You get sometimes see horned frogs.
Yeah.
But
it's
a bag of
racket,
they've always been not the best looking. They've always been ones that are just literally just sat in wet sponge.
No.
And that's it. And so that's not exactly great. There's a guy who does red-eye tree frogs and a few different tree frogs, and he always his always look fairly good quality, to be fair, and look quite nice and stuff. But there's not normally a huge selection.
Don't think it's in the third. Unless it's fallen down the back of the drawers.
Yeah, I'm in an iron. Yeah, I would love a frog, and I'm sort of still in an iron about it. I'm still doing my research and stuff. But the thing that does me about it is, at least with the spiders, I know that I've got their setups done, and that's it. And the same with the beardy and the snakes. Once I've got it all set up, I know that's it. But with regards to the frog, it's like whether or not I'm going to go down the misting system route or this or that and the other. I do quite like the two that I'm sort of looking at would be the horned frog or the white tree frog. That's pretty much it. I don't think I'd even though I love the look of the glass frogs, I don't think I would. It's not great enough. It's more of a case of I'd want to make sure I do the care correct. So at the moment, I don't want to even look that way yet.
So 1 second. Russell, do you want small, medium, large, or extra large?
Both the whites and the horned frogs are really hardy as well, and horned frogs obviously tend to sit a lot more in the ground and stuff, and will bury and stuff.
Yeah.
But they can be quite active.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone always says, "Oh, they're just sedentary." So actually, they're not. I think they do move around a bit.
That's what they were saying about the horned frogs. It's like a 60 by 45. People go, yeah, but that's way too much because it will just sit in its spot. Well, it sits in its spot because it hasn't got space to move around. But they do, if you give them the space, they tend to move after they've defecated and stuff like that, and leave that area. Once that area is dirty, they'll go to the other side, and you can sort of then do your maintenance and stuff, can't you?
That's it. There's more case as well. We tend to observe them when they're inactive.
Yeah. Yeah, because then they as soon as it's pitch black in the room, things tend to wander around, don't they?
Yep. So,
we had a guy yesterday.
White tree frogs are absolutely fantastic things.
Yeah. We had a guy say the other day about we're doing the thing which me and was trying to sell those baby scorpions. He was like, "Oh, they're no good. I never see mine." I was like, "Do you ever come down in the middle of the night?" No. That's why you haven't seen them. Come down at night time.
Yeah, I think the whites one would be more sensible for my room because they will take up less footprint because obviously they do more arboreal, aren't they?
They're a nice Pac-Man frog. Nice Pac-Man frog, Matt. They're nice.
And they, with whites, you give them a spray sort of, a couple of times a week or whatever, and they're sort of, they're golden sometimes.
Yeah, you haven't got to go down the whole route of a misting system and things like that with them, do you? It's like as long as they've got.
No, I mean you don't have to necessarily for any of them. I mean,
no.
I know in the past a lot sort of various frog breeders that absolutely hated misting systems. But that's because they said for themselves, a lot of people they'll use a misting system, don't necessarily clean the misting system regularly.
Yeah.
And you can get obviously a build up of bacteria in like the reservoir and stuff. Where they're like, we have 100 enclosures of frogs, and they're like, we must prefer going around with our own sprayer and spray everything, spray everything because we know it's done. We can check all the tanks at the same time.
Yeah.
And we know it's clean water every single time. It's not sitting there going stagnant.
Yeah. And also, you get the things where you get blocked nozzles, don't you, as well? You get the blocked nozzles, you get a little tiny bit of grit through it, and you get a blocked nozzle, and that frog hasn't got any moisture for a week.
Yeah, or, limescale build-ups. If you, if you don't use RO water, sort of thing,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's even spring water tends to cause havoc with them, doesn't it? It's
RO. They can be great. They can be great things. As long as you have all that on board, and or you don't use that as your sole thing. But I know, I certainly some of the podcasts I listen to, a lot of the even to like some of the big American breeds, they're like, no, we prefer the hand spray because if we we know we have to spray this, we're then physically checking every enclosure every single day, spraying it. Sort of thing.
It makes your husband. It's like the same thing, I suppose, with the spiders and making sure the water bowls are topped up. At least it gives you the once over of the whole enclosure. Because how many people actually go in there, just look at the water bowl, fill it, and close it? They don't. You look at the whole enclosure. You have a good look around. Is there mold in there?
Yeah, you see stuff. You see. Oh, you're going to go into pre-molt, or you've done this or whatever, and that's that thing. Whereas, which I think is quite quite a right thing when people say like. Especially like if their animals are in an outbuilding or something, or whatever, they're like, well, it's all, all my misting is automated. So, it's too easy to go, well, I won't bother tonight, kind of thing. I'll have a night off because it's all automated. And then suddenly, well, they're all right, so I'll have a second night off. Kind of thing. It's too easy to then go down that route sometimes. Whereas if you're like, no, I have to do this.
Yep.
It sort of forces you, and it keeps you in that sort of routine of doing it, doesn't it?
It's weird though, isn't it? Because like some people, I mean, I suppose we just see the best of it really, because a lot of the people you see who have the summer houses converted or the sheds converted and insulated, people like Ian Tarantula, Mitch, and all those sort of people. It's like, for me, if I had a shed, I'd be in there every single day for hours, because it's almost like your escape from everything, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But there are some people, I suppose, that we don't see that would literally, that's my reptile room, and I go in there and check them every few days because I've got them, and it's just having them is your thing. It's like you don't necessarily look after them properly, if you know what I mean.
Well, when I lived at my parents, I had. Well, they now use it as an animal shed, but I had my own animal shed.
Yep.
Because I was in, there was no animals in the bedroom, sort of thing. So that was my my space to have as my animals, and kind of my going like, okay, you're doing that. I'm going to be down here in the shed.
Yeah.
Still doing stuff, potting around, doing this and the other. Whereas now it's just my whole flat.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's this room, and this room is expanding. Kath wants some beetles. She's already commandeered one of those Exoterras I got yesterday. She wants to put a load of beetles in it.
Oh,
no. Nice.
what kind of beetles is she looking at?
She likes flower beetles. She's not sure which yet. But she's been looking at some flower beetles.
There's lots and lots of different ones that are all beautiful.
Yeah, she's quite sold on a lot of like the iridescent type colorations and things like that. But she quite likes emerald colours. So, but I've told her she has them downstairs. She's got to make sure the room's at the right thing and all that. So she can't. I don't want to bring them up here. The whole point is because her jumping spider's up here, and the thing is with it, she doesn't like it being up here because even though she knows it has to be up here because of the environment and the temperatures, she doesn't get to see it much. So she wants something that she can have on her desk with her while she's working to look at.
Yeah.
So she's looking at the flower beetles. But the room gets it's a little bit cooler. So we're trying to sort of figure out what is going to tolerate being below 20 degrees for her her room.
How low does it go?
It doesn't go super low, but it averages about 17, 18.
Oh, most of the beetles will be all right in that.
Yeah, that's why she's looking at the beetles, because she knows they're going to be like the jumpers up here, because it doesn't drop below 21 in here.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, yeah. I had one emerge today, a female a buffalo flower beetle, whatever you want to call it. Didn't find her.
Yep, I'm just finishing these cultures. Only take me 2 minutes.
That's what she said.
I found it. Hopefully a male will emerge soon.
Oh, have I missed Phil?
No, he's just started now.
that's lovely.
That's a female Udicella Morgani.
Beautiful.
It's just the
So
it
the
looks like
male
it
will
looks like
be
it's been painted with nail
hopefully
on
a
it.
little bit bigger, but the male will have, or should hopefully have, if I merge any males, bright orange horns.
Hmm.
What's the lifespan on them when they emerge, Phil?
What's that?
What's the lifespan once they emerge?
3 months.
Oh, that's not too bad. They're stunning now.
Yeah, I got this at beginning of October, late L3 larvae, so I've been waiting for them to emerge. That's the first one I've seen emerge, so hopefully
I nearly bought some
a
of them.
male in here somewhere.
Baby.
You go in, Chaz. Bye, Chaz. Bye. Done now.
But maybe I'll see there's
Shit, Terry, can you grab that?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Sorry, that just cracked me up, Chaz. Don't do that to me.
I've had a couple of my Pagnodas more merged from their little hug. So I've now got 15 in there now. But the funny thing is, the original ones are still going. So
Pagnodas live for ages.
Yeah.
Sometimes they live for a long time.
So there's 15 in there now. But stupidly, I as I was moving them in there as they were hatching, I didn't bother checking as I was putting them in there. So I have no idea how many males. I have no idea how many females I've got in there.
Right.
I've got to I've got to open it up to sort of do a little bit of maintenance. So it's going to be like, right, come here, come here.
Let's have a look, see what you are.
Yeah.
When I did the communal, I had about probably about 15 actually left.
No worries, Jazz.
I had a couple of grubs, but that was it. And I put them all into tubs, but I did 2 tubs of like a half and half. I actually had half female, half male.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? I was like, that is so good. Thank God.
Well, I had
So,
20 grubs originally, and then I bought another 10. And then I bought another 10 grubs about a month later. I've got 15 beetles. So when I go and have a look at how many grubs I've got, I don't even know how many grubs I've got at the moment, but I know I've got 4 cocoons still. So that makes it up to 19. So I should have 11 grubs, but I don't. I think I've got about 6 or 7 or 5. I see them occasionally at the bottom, but there is a little bit of like when they've gone into their cocoons, they've just gone. The grubs have come in and had a go at them. But yeah, I know there's a little bit of loss, but I think I've probably got about 75 to 80% success rate with them.
okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've got no idea where they were from, and like Jeremy said to me a few months back, it's like if they were bought from somewhere that was doing them as live food originally, the condition of them probably wasn't going to be ideal. So they're never.
It never is. That's why they're so much cheaper.
Yeah, but I'm going to get a few more. I'm going to get another 10 grubs so that hopefully
That's with Pagnoda Marginal Peregrino, you can buy them for like what, 2-3 quid or whatever, or 3 quid for a pack of 10 grubs.
Yep.
As reptile live feed, and always come normally in peat, which is not really any, can't eat that stuff, and the other. But if you buy them from someone who breeds them, they're normally sometimes like £2 a grub.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, because it's someone that's actually given them, either flake soil. They don't necessarily need flake soil. I don't have flake soil in, but I only use flake soil for my rhino ones and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can eat flake soil. But at least someone that's been either making their own leaf mulch or at least going out and collecting leaf mulch and stuff and rotten wood to feed them.
Mine have got as a substrate mix. It's a lot of the MK Exotics grub den.
Yeah.
With a bit of like compost soil, sphagnum moss. Yeah. Then it's got
Sorry, 1 second. Phil missed a trick. If you want anything from MK Exotics, go use Phil's.
Have a discount code.
Yeah, no, he didn't pick up on it, did he?
I completely forgot. Yeah.
Their grub den soil is amazing, but then I've also got the rotten wood and the rotten leaf litter from Spider Shop again.
Yep.
Time gone, Phil. Time for
there's an affiliate link for Spider Shop as well.
But I find that stuff's brilliant. The white wood, they go crazy for that from Spider Shop. It's like I'll just probably about a third of the leaf stuff, and then the rest of it is a mix of compost and grub den. Only because I didn't have much of the grub den left, so I had to put some just normal soil in there. But unfortunately it's peat moss soil, like you say, so it's not ideal.
It's not like the end of the world. Sort of. I mean, I'll use organic compost and stuff as like just to fill it up a bit. They just won't eat it, kind of thing. Yeah. The worst thing I sometimes see is where people will put them just in coir. I was like, there's nothing in coir for them. No.
That's why I like that. I do like the rotten wood, and I tend to get a bag of the rotten wood and a bag of the decayed leaf at a show each time I go. So I've always got stuff like to spare because it's always good.
So I'll buy. I will buy bags of it every now and then, just in case, because round here, like, there's not really a great store spot in terms of a forest. So I go to like near my parents to go and collect stuff.
We've got Hockley Woods, which used to historically be where Henry VIII would go and hunt deer, because Anne Boleyn comes from around here, and he used to that's how he met her, sort of just down the road from us. So there used to be a massive forest, and they've cut it back. But the white wood, unfortunately, when I go in there and grab the white wood, no matter where I get it from, there's always something about it. It's like, I'm not sure, this, that, and the other. Like with the tiny little insects and this, that, and the other. I never quite know. I'm always it's in the back of my mind. I know people say it'll be fine. For me, it's just always in the back of my mind that I don't want to just run the risk of chucking a lump of wood in there and getting some infestation of some unwanted,
I have a fun fact. Well, right. How many wives did Henry VIII divorce?
None.
Any ideas, Phil?
Can't remember. It's been a long time since I was in school, and I've forgotten most of that.
Divorced, beheaded, survived. No. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Right?
Yeah.
Heard that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Never
that
got
rings a bell.
divorced.
What do you mean, actually, the one?
Never got divorced.
Why not?
He got an annulment.
It's the same thing.
No.
So was I right then, Leah? By the way.
He
Oh
was
yeah.
right.
So I need to ask, how did I do on Pictionary last night? Even though I left about like way early.
Oh, you lost. You suck.
I know I was annoying everyone with the speed of my answering for a while. Annie was going like nuts.
I think mainly Annie. Just because she's so
No,
open.
Annie left, and I made one especially for her, and she left.
Oh no.
Just for a laugh, though, Matt, right? If you ever want a really good laugh, right, play Fortnite with Annie just to listen to her swear. It's like listening to a pissed up sailor. It's that bad.
To be fair, we don't know who won because everyone left. It was literally
Oh, right.
like us watching ourselves.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I enjoy those nights. I find them like they're something different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think sometimes.
You can sit and talk about spiders all you want. Everyone's got a passion for insects, invertebrates, and all the other animals, and all this, that, and the other, and it's brilliant. But sometimes it's nice just to have a complete different change and just talk about random stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like Connor wanting to go and see Cannibal Corpse in April.
Do it.
I'm going to book the tickets. They're £35 for London.
That's all right.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah.
That's all right.
It's just
I
got
think
to try
I
and
paid
work
about
out
that
what
to
it
see
is for them.
Cannibal Corpse in Norwich once. So
Well, it's far better than going and seeing Lamb of God for £122 or whatever it was at the same academy. So it's like the thing that annoyed me about the Lamb of God one was the fact that they were playing in Glasgow on the same tour, and I think it was like a third of the price.
yeah,
It just can't get up there, you know. So it's just the only reason we were looking at different concerts was because Metallica have just announced 2 years, haven't they? 2-year tour. And they're not doing any UK dates apart from Download next year. So they're doing a no repeat weekend guarantee. So every venue they're going to, they're doing 2 dates and they're doing a completely different set list both nights. But they've also got different support acts. So you've got either Pantera, Five Finger Death Punch, Volbeat, or Nine Inch Nails.
you say it's Pantera, but it's not really Pantera.
No, I know. It is in name, but that's about it. But to be fair, they did
It's Phil Anselmo and a few mates.
Yeah, I know it's changed. It's changed. Some of it required change, obviously, though. But
Russell, why don't you come up on screen and join us?
I mean, it's just a case of like, can't really have Pantera without Diamond Vinny.
nah. It's ridiculous. The Lamb of God thing really peed me off because I'd go and see them at a drop of a hat. But it's I was
It's cheaper to see him at a festival.
but also it was like when we were exactly. That's why we're looking at Bloodstock.
Metallica are doing 2 years of tours, but no UK dates apart
But we
from
also
Download.
Slipknot aren't doing any UK dates either. So they're doing a European tour, but not including the UK, obviously. I think
Is that because-
they're headlining Download, aren't they?
yeah.
Are
So
they not doing any UK tours because they've heard that me and Phil are much better drummers than Lars always ever wishes he could be, and we could take his job like that, and he's scared. Is that what it is?
Do you know what? I tell you, like Metallica do love a nice, expensive ticket, don't they? And I've seen them twice, like here in the recent years, and I definitely think that it's going to be a profit thing where in Europe they can hire the venues for X amount, and over here they're just like, no, we ain't paying that because the UK prices have just gone through the roof for everything. I bet
Matt,
it just comes down to that.
have you ever seen Iron Maiden live?
I have not, no.
That
No,
is an
like-
experience that everyone should have. Go and watch Iron Maiden live. It's the best money you'll ever spend.
I want to go and see Rammstein as well. I want to go and see Rammstein, and they're only doing European dates next year as well.
They're good live. Again, they're like, you know, for the cheap tickets like £100 nowadays.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. We saw Slipknot just literally the January before lockdown. We saw them at the O2 in London, and I think that was £40 a ticket,
Nice.
and that
Nice.
was with Behemoth supporting.
Nice.
So that was a really good concert, and
Very good.
that was like entertainment. It really was. But yeah, we're trying to find some decent bands to go and see this year and next year, and because Connor loves his gigs and stuff, and but it's just really hard because a lot of the big bands aren't even coming to the UK.
I mean,
Do you know what, Matt?
if you like festivals, I definitely recommend Bloodstock.
Yeah, well, I was going to do. This is what I couldn't get right. I wanted to get for Connor's 18th birthday. I was going to get him 2 tickets for Download. Download weekend is obviously because it's a 20-year one. It's 4 days, isn't it? Yeah. I looked at the dates and then I looked at the A-level and GCSE exam dates, and literally Connor has an exam, 2 exams the day after, and an exam the day before. It's like, why would they put a concert like that in the middle of GCSEs and A-levels? It's ridiculous.
Where me and Leah live, well, just up the road from us in Monmouth, we have the largest free open air music festival
In Europe.
in
Well, it
Europe,
was in Europe. But
Was in
now
Europe.
not in Europe.
in the UK,
Oh, nice.
and it's free.
We
But
were
you-
we were gutted because not Slipknot would do. They do Knotfest, don't they, around the world? And they were going to do Knotfest at Milton Keynes in 2021.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, obviously with lockdown and everything, it got canned. And they've sort of said they're not going to reschedule it. So that was a pain in the backside. But I think I'm a bit of a jinx for bands because I had that one. So I then booked Foo Fighters for London. And then obviously what happened with them as well. So my brother was going to see the Chili Peppers and he's like, please don't book any tickets for them.
I was like, yeah, with Bloodstock for next year so far. Oh, who's there? I know we've got
Is Megadeth going?
Megadeth Sunday headliners. They just announced Meshuggah Saturday headliners.
When does that?
And
We saw this like Foo Fighter tribute band a few years ago. It was at the festival that Darren was on, and they actually toured with Foo Fighters because Dave Grohl said to him that he thought that they were really, really good, so he wanted to take them with. So they went on tour with him, but they actually were really good. I did enjoy it. To be fair, I love Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah. See,
Killswitch Engage are Friday headliners.
yeah, I just saw that actually. What
And then
dates
got
is it? August.
In Flames, Anthrax, Halloween, Decapitated, Devil Driver, Sepultura, Ugly Kid Joe, Bust and Pass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, All Hail the Yeti. Dead Lady will take a right. Whitechapel, Zealanada.
And it's an August concert, isn't it? So it's like
Yes.
everyone's broken up. I'll probably try to look at tickets for that, to be honest with you. It does look good. I'm looking at the lineup at the moment.
Yeah, Biohazard, Church of the Cosmic Skull, whoever they are.
How many stages do they normally have? 2?
4
All right, okay.
Four
How much
stages. So you got the main stage. The second, so main stage is Ronnie James Dio stage. Second stage, which is the Sophie Lancaster stage. Hey, Johan. And then
What do
you got
Hey,
the New
Johan.
Blood stage, which is where all the Metal to the Masses winners play.
Yeah.
So it's basically a fairly big stage, to be fair, just for unsigned bands, which is, and for grassroots, which is really nice. And then the smallest stage is the Jägermeister stage.
Right. So what do you tend to do? Just go for the standard admission with the camping?
That's what I've been doing since I went. I first went in 2013 when I played on the New Blood stage, and I've been going ever since.
Nice.
So I've been I just go standard camping and stuff. It's really nice. It's what's nice about it. I like about it is that it's not a huge festival.
Yeah. They
It's
used
like
to do the one
25,000 people, something like that.
Oh, it's nice. So what was the one they used to hold in Stevenage?
Sonosphere.
Yeah.
Russell just put up Sonosphere at Network.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sonosphere
That
was
was
like,
one that like travelled around Europe, didn't it, as well? Sonosphere.
Yeah. So being a drummer yourself, what do you think about that? The guy, what's his name?
If you can pronounce it, well done.
Oh, I know the one I'm on about, don't you?
Most the guy who does a lot of one-handed stuff.
He's just ridiculous, isn't he?
He is. Like, but
His name is El Esteparo Cibarano. Yeah, him.
He's absolutely insane.
But his footwork is amazing.
Oh no, it's been there for ages, Johan.
He
Managed to get rid of it.
I mean, he's put a lot of work into that because, like, so, you know, he gets obviously a lot of people being like, "Oh, you speed it up, you do this." Blah, blah, blah. Like, no, he practices damn hard.
Yeah, when you see him and he's like, you know, you've sped this up, and then he'll sit there and he'll hold a drink and drink the drink, and he'll light a cigarette or whatever he does, and this, that, and the other, just to show. No, it's crazy, crazy. And watching his footwork,
this is not sped up. It's just that he is, you know. I saw a video of his. It's like an old one about like how he changed his mindset in, you know, of practicing, and how it went from, you know, essentially just being a hobby to I need to take this seriously, and changed his mindset around things. Oh, cheers, Leah.
Was that the one where he showed you a day where he woke up in the morning and then went into his drum room and then went and had food?
No, I don't think I've seen that one. No, this is just one where he was basically saying there's no such thing as talent.
Yeah,
kind of thing. It's hard work and practice, and is that the other? You know, and he was showing stuff when like a few years ago when he was like, I absolutely sucked. Like, oh, that's pretty good to be fair. It's still pretty good. So,
a lot of the drum teachers and stuff look at his videos and they sort of talk about his actual technique with his hands and how light he holds the sticks and the fact that the feedback he gets from them, this and the other. It's just his timing's impeccable anyway.
Yeah.
And I think from a technical point of view, he's obviously put an awful lot of work into it. But I think from the fact that timing is sort of like can be almost like a gift for a lot of people, can't it?
You got to have that timing and stuff. There's a skill and stuff, but you do learn timing.
Yeah,
you don't have to do all that.
Connor's got
but the difference is, you know, I'm trying to say that most people, when they, you know, it doesn't matter when they practice an instrument, you think, oh yeah, if I do an hour a day, that's my practice. I've had a practice, and it's like, no, 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
I don't think, you know.
Connor's got
solid practicing and this and the other, and trying to push yourself.
Yeah, Connor's got a Roland mesh head electric drum kit, which is we there was no way we could go with a proper acoustic drum kit here. It was just but the mesh head one's all right. Put your headphones on it, and the feedback from the actual heads is pretty good. It's not like one of the old school, like just tap it like and you're hitting a plate. It's actually pretty nice.
No, mesh is, for electronic, everyone mesh. I don't think I ever found with mesh, but like, I had to go a few years up when I used to go to a drum school and stuff, and there was like, it might have changed now because I'm going back a few years, like, and Roland would bring those out first and stuff. So like sometimes the actual rebound from it was too good.
Yeah.
Sometimes
also, ones they did you find the heads were really, really small on some of the older kits, like when they first come out?
Oh yeah, they were tiny and stuff, but also the bounce was so extreme. They're like, be careful, it doesn't give you a false sense of security that you can go really, really fast on this electronic drum kit, but then try and transfer that to an acoustic, and suddenly you're not as fast because you don't have that same bounce sort of in the same sort of drum head feel.
Yeah,
I mean, like the electronic is, I'm going back probably more than 10 years.
Yeah,
with the first sort of mesh head, and they've probably come on a hell of a long way since.
I didn't get to do any of that stuff when I learned. I had to learn in school, and we didn't actually have a drum teacher. So one of my best friends was an absolutely awesome drummer, and he actually taught me to do the drums, right? And I could actually play along with songs in 8 weeks.
Nice.
Just doing like 2 hours a day, every day for 8 weeks.
Nice.
I got quite good in the end, and then my mum and dad couldn't afford to buy me a drum kit, so when I left school, it sort of just drifted away slowly.
Well, I played I know I'm going to get comments as soon as I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I used to play the trumpet when I was at school, and it wasn't the human trumpet, Terry. Thank you. But yeah,
Wasn't
used to play
a voice,
trumpet at school, and a little bit of violin. But I played the trumpet. I played the trumpet at quite.
Oh God.
Oh.
Sorry. Knock everyone out.
I
went
did
to
the
Lord
trumpet
Girls.
at the one of like our local play, like the Clis Pavilion, which is like quite a big venue around here. Played the trumpet there. But I was looking at those tickets, 172 for the weekend. That's pretty good. When you consider download would have cost me almost 800 quid for me and Connor, £172 a ticket doesn't seem too bad for that.
Because you got like, you know, there's other charges. They, you know, you got to pay £2 for them to email you the ticket, which is like, but everyone does that nowadays. And if you want parking, that's an extra sort of 20 quid.
Yeah, it's to be expected, isn't it?
To park your car. So, but like, yeah, download. Like for me, sometimes I look at download and be like, oh, there's some really cool bands that do pay download. I went to download once. I was my first ever festival when I was like 16. But it's download is huge, and like absolutely huge, because that's way bigger than Bloodstock. And it's so much more expensive.
I know you get all the big bands like Evanescence, you know, all the bands that are going to be there this year is going to be crazy, but it's just the timing. Like I can't take Connor out of his A-level exams for that.
No.
If you go to a normal festival as well, you have like a mixed group genre of music. So at least if you go to Bloodstock, you know everybody there likes the same stuff as you.
Yeah. I mean, Download this year is like, when you look at the lineup, when you've got not just the headliners, but the amount of bands that are there that are. I couldn't go through the list and go, actually, I really can't stand their music. And that's a lot of bands playing. But I can also imagine it can get quite messy there compared to some smaller festivals with regards to like the campsite itself, the facilities themselves, all that, you know. God, I sound old when I start worrying about that, don't I?
But I mean, like, you know, no festival's going to be obviously 100% speed, you know, nice and clean and luxurious kind of thing. Yep. But by and large, I mean, most years Bloodstock's been fairly, you know, most years actually fairly clean.
Yeah.
Like the toilets get cleaned out like at least once a day and stuff. Whereas when I went to Download, but like I say, 2015 I went to Download maybe. They didn't clean the toilets out once the whole weekend.
Well, this is the thing, and what they've done now is they've made it different. Whereas this year's tickets are obviously you've got camping, and then you've got quiet camping, and then you've also got, do you want to buy what they class as their VIP toilet area, which means you get access to clean toilets and a shower once.
Yeah.
You know a place is in for profit when they're giving you a clean toilet and you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It is, and I think like when I was at Down, I mean, maybe I don't know, but it was like 2015 that I was in like the toilets in like the normal camp, whatever, was literally just a trench dug in the ground.
Yeah.
With sort of a seat over it, and you're like, what the hell is this? Whereas like Bloodstock, at least it is, you know, you Portaloos, you know, they're never going to be the nicest things. They're always going to be a bit grim, as Portaloo. But also do a lot of in the normal camps, a lot of composting loos as well.
Right. Okay.
And stuff, and but like I say, they get cleaned. I've seen them sometimes being cleaned like twice a day and stuff, and stopped up and everything. Because it's a smaller festival, and it's for me a much nicer vibe. People, you know, you always get, you know, some people that always just want to be idiots and trash the place and stuff, but most people want to keep it sort of relatively clean.
It's also pretty good that you can actually pay for the tickets in
installments,
6 payments, and they don't charge interest.
Yeah,
that's pretty really good. That's really good because it's like £27 a month. A lot of people makes it far more affordable.
How much is it?
Yeah,
£27.50 a month for 6 payments. It works out exactly the same. Your first one includes booking fees, so you have to pay 34, but £172 a ticket, and you can pay it over 6 payments.
Nice, Steve.
You want
Nice,
to go?
Steve.
Yeah.
Well, we could bring our massive tent. And me, you, and Phil could have a tent. We could get pissed and have a laugh. It'd be fucking
And
hilarious.
stuff. And then, like,
Phil might not want
Yeah.
us to go with him. He might want to go with someone else. You just fucking invite yourself along with people, like.
Yeah, Phil loves me. I'm fine.
come to Bloodstock. Join me, Victoria, Matthew, and James. Because I can't.
Is that Matthew from,
I
Custom
can't
Aquaria
with
game?
Custom Aquaria.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Matthew normally camps with me. Sort of, he's got his little tent. James, who sometimes helps him out on the sand, comes along as well.
I like Matthew. I always talk to him at shows. He's always
He's great.
He's got so much energy, and he's just passionate, isn't he?
I was chatting to Daddy Spa yesterday. I really like Daddy Spa.
Does anybody
Yeah,
know his name?
I was chatting with Daddy Spa yesterday. The day before yesterday on Saturday, I was having an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet with Matthew at Custom Aquaria.
Stop
right.
rubbing that in!
He's gonna do that. Well done, Phil. Good on you. Good lad.
Yeah, I like Matthew.
You get a gold star.
But and what I like, with Bloodstock is that the camps are not a long distance from the arena,
Right, okay.
sort of thing. Like everyone always makes about the walk from the car park to the campsite, but it's like 90 meters or something. But it's just
you're on with your mobility scooter.
you lug
You're not gonna
everything
do it.
around and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
all heavy working and all this. But like you can be at the main stage, and the band finishes, and you go, "Oh, there's not another band on that I'm really desperate to see, but I'm a bit hungry or whatever, or I need a drink." I can quickly pop back to my tent, grab something to eat, grab a drink, pop back in time to see the next band or whatever, and get basically the same spot that you were stood in and stuff. In 15 minutes or whatever, you can be there and back. Whereas like Download, it was like, once it's in the arena, you either stayed there or you plan to like walk a half hour or whatever, or to an hour to get back to your tent to go and get something.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to go back.
So what's the parking like there then at Bloodstock?
It'll be 50 quid a month, so.
In a field.
Right, but they're all like it's all away from everywhere, isn't it? Looks like it anyway.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 fields now for parking. I parked in a different field this year that I hadn't parked in before. And I was like, oh, where's this?
That's north of Birmingham, isn't it? Near Burton.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's Derbyshire, Cat and Hall.
What?
Yeah, between Birmingham and Derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds like I might be going, Phil.
Come.
Her brain's working. She's trying to look at her little financial brain. She's thinking, if I don't spend this on that, I can afford that. Then we can go here like that. You'll go anywhere just to sniff Phil's beard, won't you?
Wolfie, whereabouts are you in the UK, roughly? I'm not after your address. I'm just after an approximate location.
Phil, what would you do about her mobility scooter?
Me? You know where I am.
No, Wolfie.
Oh, well,
I know where you are.
you know where I am. I watched you outside my living room window.
That sounds creepy.
Phil, what about getting round the festival? Would Leah be able to do it? In all fairness, I'm not being horrible to her, but
Scott.
Best person to ask is probably Victoria.
But I've got my mobility scooter. Is it fairly flat, like?
Some of it is. It is fair. I think if it stays dry and the ground's fairly firm,
Usually.
plenty of people, there is a disabled camp. Obviously, we camp normal, and you have to like apply for that, and it picks up fairly quickly, which then that allows you to park your car like nearer to your campsite and stuff. The best person to because would be Victoria now on how.
I think if Victoria could get over there with her wheelchair, I could probably get over there on my mobility scooter.
Yeah, she got. I mean, obviously, most of it, but because there are some little bits where sometimes, but sort of some little dips and stuff. But she had obviously me, sort of Matthew push her around as well a fair bit, and certain bits she could get around by herself a little bit, but
We'll talk about it.
Well, there is, people do go there on, with mobility scooters and stuff. I mean, there's one guy who's like a bus stop legend. Can't remember his name, but he has a specialised, wheelchair bed type thing. Because I think he's always got to be laying down. I think it's sort of thing. And it's like all motorised and stuff. I was bloody epic because it rises up as well, so you can see over people. And he normally does it up every year, or has like carers or whatever do it up every year into certain styles. So like he's had it as like a Viking longship, he's had it as like the Iron Throne and stuff.
Russell, come as well.
So people with disability, physical disabilities, do
Right,
go,
right.
but someone like Victoria's probably better to ask because obviously she's experienced being there in the chair, sort of thing. Obviously, I haven't.
We'll ask her.
Hey, but I mean, I recommend it to everyone. I love the place.
Yeah, I think I'm sold on that. I think I'm going to be booking some tickets once I know what shift I'm on. I'm at work on Wednesday night, so I'll double check on Wednesday night what I'm doing on those dates, and then I'll book some tickets. Looks pretty good. The lineup looks pretty good. There's a lot of bands on there I haven't actually heard of, but what I like to do is I like to tend to go onto random bands.
And there's a lot more to be announced as well because there's normally sort of 100+ bands.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of
You're
bands,
probably not going to like
I listen to random stuff on Spotify. Like I'll have a band on there, and then it'll be like, right, show me all the related sounds like bands. And I end up like a lot of bands I don't even know, so I'll probably listen to some of the stuff anyway. Because I do like my music a little bit heavy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a good shout, that is. Oh, Wolfie, there must be public transport from Southampton to Portsmouth.
We got really nice tents to go in as well. We spent all that money on tents. We used them like 4 times.
Oh, me and Connor, we bought because we obviously go up to Wales quite a bit and go up the mountains. So we bought all these tents for actually doing a bit of wild camping, this and the other, super lightweight, this and the other. We've used them a couple of times because as soon as they did that, lockdown happened.
Wild camping, did I hear you say, Matt?
No,
wild. You're not allowed to do that anymore, mate.
You didn't hear me say anything about wild camping.
I didn't hear you say that, did I?
No. It hasn't been known to look at sunrises from the top of Trivan and Glidderfar.
To be fair, right, the only place in Wales you can do it officially go wild camping is on the Brecon Beacons. Everywhere else is completely illegal, and I don't know why. It wasn't before we had lockdowns.
It's no, it wasn't. It was just frowned upon. But they tended to, if they saw you, they expected you to basically be packed up and not show any signs of being there by the time that the normal public and walkers were out again. Like when you've been up to Ogwyn and places like in Snowdonia, like they tend to ignore it if you're gone by the time that people are up there on the mountains walking about. But if you want to see the sunrises and up on top, like you got to be up there overnight.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to get up at 3 a.m. I would never recommend anyone start climbing up the side of Trivan at like 3 a.m. in the morning, no matter how good you are with your feet. Scrambling up those things, is you're asking for trouble in the pitch dark.
You know what it is, though, Matt, don't you? It was probably stupid people that ruined it for the rest of us.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you know that's always going to happen because the amount of times we're there and you see the helicopters flying around, picking people up. It's like every single day. So there's a lot of
It's
idiots.
the same as if you do a lot of fishing, right? Like I used to do a lot of fishing. Like at least once a week I go fishing. And the amount of times I go to like where I go fishing all the time, and there'd be sweet corn tins and just mess and crap and stuff lying around. I think, well, that just makes the rest of us look like twats.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were up on Glidder Far, like walking up there, me and Connor, and we were up the top, and there's this boy with his dad, and they were just up there and like wandering backwards and forwards around the top. And I was like, "You guys all right?" And they're like, "We're not sure where we are." So I'm like, "Well, where's your map?" And they're like, "Haven't got one." It's like, okay, so what app are you using to sort of figure out the direction you're going in? Why, that you see if I can help you out with it. Like, oh no, we haven't got that. We haven't got a phone. So it's like, so let me get straight. You come up on a mountain with your son, and you haven't got any idea of orientation or how to go up and down or what you're doing. It's like, no, we're following the path. But the trouble is, on the top of those mountains, there are no paths. It's just slate. So unless you've got reference points and things you're looking for, like features, you can be up there all day and not figure a way down. It's like, people amaze me. And there's no wonder there's so many people have issues there, You always hear stories, don't you, about people falling off the side of Crib Goch. Happens almost every single time someone's like walking along there, really. Tent outside your window. Southampton's a big area, Wolfie. I'll just look for the place with all the socks out on the washing line.
There you go as well. It's coming up to 11:15, so I'm probably going to end the stream now because, yeah.
How's your watch hours going now, Phil?
Oh, it's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how many is it close though? Is it close?
Still around 400 hours away.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the old ones dropping off the back end and not being replaced by
we'll drop off the back again. Yeah, the monetization analytics seem to take a lot longer to actually sort of build up.
Yeah.
Have they changed it all at some point then, or
and stuff? So, but as well as I'll get there when I get there if I get there.
It was really.
You will get there, Phil. It's just going to take a little bit more time.
You put up on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Instagram, a post about your number of subscribers you had, and literally Mark then made a comment about the number of subscribers he had, and it was almost within 20.
Yeah,
like both of you on the 1300. It was crazy. It just made me chuckle, like how close it was.
Yeah, me and Mark tend to be fairly consistent around each other in terms of our subscribers.
Yeah,
sort of thing we always say. You tend to have a similar number to each other. So, yeah,
that'd be nice.
I just haven't done as many lives as what Mark has.
So do these lives obviously help you out as well, do they, with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Hopefully everything will go all right for you, mate.
Sort of thing. But that's
hopefully you want to join next week when we have Luke on as well. That'll help.
Yes, next week, all being well, should have Luke of Sparse Spiders on.
Oh, nice.
Sorry,
nice.
Did I just drop the bomb in what I wasn't supposed to say?
No,
I'm sure you said it. So.
You reminded me. I need to say that.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, he's going to be on. There may be a little cheeky competition.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was his idea.
All right. Okay. Not a mystery box giveaway.
Saying nothing.
Right. Scott is going to be in trouble. We'll just blame Scott anyway if it is.
I mean, we'll blame Scott, but if it is that, it's not actually Scott's idea. It's Luke and Daddy Spar's idea.
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
if that's what happens, like, not saying it is, but if that was what happens, then at least Scott would have to record the live stream on his phone, that little point, so that if Daddy Spy ever comes at him again about mystery boxes, Scott's got that to play back and sort of have
The only thing Daddy Spy did say is that Scott's not allowed to win the competition. That's the only thing he did say.
Awesome. I'll look forward to that next week then, mate. That'll be awesome. Luke's brilliant. It'd be nice to go on. I'll tell you what, I really did enjoy the one shared brain cell one like you had last week.
Yeah, that was a good stream.
I didn't realise it was Fiona and Rich. Like both of them people are really cool, and yeah, it was really, really nice to see them guys. And I started listening to it. It's just funny. Their first one, why are tarantulas such wankers? It's brilliant. So funny. So, if you haven't listened to the podcast, you have to go and listen to the podcast.
I will.
So
I need
it is quite funny. It is a funny podcast.
It's just the fact that there's no stick up their arse. It's just fun. It's just fun and relatable.
Yeah,
it's good. But no, they were really cool on there, mate, last week. So
all right, cheers for hopping on, guys.
No worries, mate.
Cheers to Chris and Chaz who also hopped on, and cheers to everyone who's watched. And hopefully, Wednesday should be the Midlands Entomological video and stuff, and next Monday live with Luke of Star Spiders.
Awesome.
So
everybody watch, and if you can share it.
so I'd like to have Jim on at some point, Scott.
Yeah,
so,
PT.
Anyway, I'll catch it all later. So,
Yeah.